Hey everybody, welcome to training workshop number 3. This is Anik Singhal. I am super excited. Listen, this is our last training of the Profit Workshop. I know it's sad, but this is just a brand new beginning to a lot more coming. Listen, today we're going to go over 4 things that are very key, and I'm going to get through them. I'm going to powerhouse through them. It's going to be a fast session. So, of course, make sure you've got everything ready to take notes. Make sure you're paying very close attention. Please do me a favor, log out of all the distractions. You don't need to be inside your email. You don't need to be inside Facebook, Twitter, all of those things. So just log right out of them and let's pay very close attention, because today what's going to happen is I'm going to be on the whiteboard for about 2 minutes right now. I'll walk through what we're going to learn today. I'm going to go to PowerPoint. I'm going to do a quick recap of what we've learned in training session 1 and training session number 2. And then, most importantly, is I'm going to come back to the whiteboard and I'm going to draw all over this whiteboard and show you the key final secret to doing $1 million, to building your information empire. All right, this is the final secret to becoming a very successful digital publisher. So that's why I'm saying I need your full attention. All right, now we're going to do a recap of phase 1 and 2. We're going to go through it real quick. For those of you who have not seen training 1 and training 2, I highly advise that you do so. We have training replays up, and they're only going to be up for a few more days. All right, so we will be taking it down in about, I think, 3 to 4 days max from the recording of this. So if I don't know when you're watching, if you're watching a replay of this, it may already be down. It's urgent. You need to go watch training 1 and training number 2. In training number 1, we share with you phase 1, which is where I share with you what you need to do to generate your first $100,000 on the internet by being a digital publisher. Phase number 2 is covered on training number 2, where I actually cover, I dissect a $500,000 business, a $500,000 case study that I'll show you how I built an entire business in 21 days. I went on to do $500,000 in 6 months. Now, the biggest difference between phase 1 and phase 2 is that in phase 2, you will build your own product, your own online digital product. Now, this isn't the same as a physical product, all right? You don't have absolutely any inventory. You don't have warehousing. You don't have to worry about a lot of the headaches, and you work on amazing margins. So we're going to help teach you how to build digital products that you can make available to just download, and you never, I mean, it's being sold all year round, all the time, 24/7, and you have no work to do for it. The next thing, like I said, is I'm going to go over 2 specific things. One I call the power of 1, all right? And this is a very powerful concept in the world of online marketing, especially in digital publishing, because it's going to share with you the final secret to getting to $1 million in sales with your digital product. And then, of course, the second thing I'm going to share with you there is what I call a rolling launch. And in that, I'm going to share with you my $3.2 million case study. I'm going to get into great detail. I'm going to show you timelines. I'm going to show you what to expect if you start tonight, if you start today. I'll share with you exactly what to expect. And then, of course, I'm going to share with you the 3 traffic sources. So as I go over my $3.2 million case study, I'll also reveal to you the 3 traffic sources that you really need in order to succeed. Last but not least, it is the final training of the Profit Workshop. We are closing down Profit Academy very soon. The countdown has started, only a few days left. You absolutely need to make a decision, so it's time for a decision. We'll talk a lot about that in a few minutes, and I'll help you reach this decision. Remember, it's a very, very qualified elite program, and you need to make sure that you're 100% ready to go. So for some of you watching, it might not be the right step, and that's okay. We'll help you reach that decision today. All right, so I need you to be prepared to make that decision and to make it today. Make that commitment to yourself. Listen, today is all about getting you to expand your mind, getting you to think bigger, getting you to see the possibilities of what's out there in the world. All right, making 7 figures with your own digital product is not impossible. It's not hard. It's a system. It's a 7-step system called the Circle of Profit, and you just need to follow it to the T. One of the things I'm finding a lot with our students is I want to tell them, guys, I know you have lots of questions. The deal is this. We've trained over 100,000 students. We know your questions. Believe me, we've been through them. Follow the system. Don't get lost in questions that aren't even relevant right now. That may not be relevant for 2, 3, 4 months. How about we address that when it gets to it? Why don't we cross that bridge when we get to that bridge? Right now, let's focus on what you need to do to get your first commission online, or what you need to do to get your first digital product up, okay? So today is a little bit more advanced. So for a lot of you who are already halfway there, already thinking about it, you're going to get a lot of value out of what I share today. last but not least, I have to tell you this. We are doing this live, so obviously sometimes errors happen, mistakes happen, PowerPoints don't work, buttons don't work, so be ready for that, and we'll swing right through it. We've done 2 of these already, and we've done brilliantly, we've done great. I've got a great crew here, so I do want to take a moment to thank everybody who's helped me put this entire production together to deliver this great training to you. All right, so we're going to kick right off. I'm going to walk over to my PowerPoint, and we are going to recap phase 1 and recap phase 2. We're going to do this quick. All right, so if this is the first time you've tuned into our workshop, I'm telling you, don't get lost. It's okay. Let me go through the recap. You'll have questions. After we're done with this session, go back to training 1 and 2. All your questions will be answered. And then, of course, at the very end of this presentation, I give you the URL where you can go and you can ask questions. We have live agents waiting to help you with whatever it is I'm teaching you. All right, give me 10 seconds. Let me move over to the PowerPoint and let's get started. All right, and we're back. As you can tell, I've got my PowerPoint right here, ready to go. Recap of phase 1 and phase 2. We're going to start with phase 1, okay? The path, oops, that is incorrect. It's supposed to be the path to $100,000. Well, let's talk about what phase 1 is all about. Creating a business with no product or experience. Phase 1 is all about helping you get a fast start. You know what I found in the world of online marketing is that a lot of people go into this with a lot of doubts. You might be one of those. You might think, is this really real? Can I really do this? Well, we've crafted this program in such a way that we help you generate your first commission as soon as possible, as fast as possible, if for no other reason than to give you that belief that yes, indeed, it does work. Of course, then also, we want to help you be able to launch your business within 48 hours. Now, the Profit Academy training doesn't officially start for another few days. So obviously, the 48-hour clock would start once we start the official training. But there's a lot of things already in there that some of you fast movers would be able to start moving with right away. And then, of course, easing into the world of online marketing. I just shared with you that this is the quickest and easiest way to get involved. And then beginning to build your authority status. Phase 1 will start getting you to a point where you become an authority in the world of online marketing. Not just online marketing, but in your specific niche. If you've chosen personal development, investment, internet marketing, dog training, knitting, doesn't matter. Whatever niche that is, we'll start making you into an authority very, very quickly. So how does phase 1 generate profits? Well, if you remember, and I'll share a diagram with you in a second, phase 1 is all about building an email list. It's all about building this one little page website, which we give you software that you can use, click, and you just get it done. You don't have to be a coder. You don't have to know HTML. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to know any of that stuff, all right? But you begin to collect email addresses. Number 2, you build relationship through valuable content. So what we'll help you do is we'll give you templates. We'll show you example messages, and those are the messages you blast out to your email list. Now, you might be thinking, man, I'm not a writer. I don't know how to do all that. Great. You don't have to be. Neither am I. As a matter of fact, it's the only class I came close to failing in high school is writing. It's not, it's not my forte. Well, you don't have to be. I've gone on to sell close to $100 million worth of products on the internet using email mostly. All right? Recommend good information products to your audience, and that's where you generate commissions. Look, there's a ton of great products already out there. You don't have to have your own product to start making money on the internet. There are such great products out there that once you build that email database, you can actually recommend those products to people using an affiliate link and start generating anywhere from 50 to 75% commission. So if a product is $100, you could make $50 to $75 just for having sent traffic to it, and when someone buys, you get to profit. All right, last but not least, of course, you collect commission on your referred sales and you rinse and repeat this process. This process has been used to generate millions of dollars, millions, okay? It's not even funny, I was gonna say. It's crazy amount of money. All right, so here's a diagram that phase 1 is all about, okay? In Circle of Profit, we teach you how to do phase 1 and phase 2. This is phase 1 summarized in one diagram. So traffic goes to your one-page website, which we help you create through a little easy technology. And then from there, it can either go to the thank you page, the person goes to the thank you page. So the person that actually fills in that form, puts their email address in, will be redirected to a new page. And the email address will be put into a database. Now you might be thinking, honey, that sounds like a lot of coding and technology. It isn't at all. We give you access to one of the best autoresponder companies that will do this for you, and you get 90 days with them for free. So you don't have to spend any money on this tool. And then they basically do it for you. So the email is automatically inserted into the database, and you can email them at any point you ever want. So here's a checklist of the key things you need for phase one. Number one, you need a profitable niche. Number two, you need an opt-in page. Again, profitable niche will help you get right to the bottom of that. We even hand you niches that you can start with if you don't want to go with anything of your own. Opt-in page will again give you great templates, great copy, great examples. We give you a system. You click a few buttons, type into a system, hit submit. You're off to the races. Your page is done. Number three, a great offer to promote, a good affiliate program. So what does that mean? Well, you've got to find great information products in your specific niche that not only are great content and great products that you feel good about promoting, but can also convert, right? If you send traffic to them, they should sell. And so we've also made an entire list of this and can hand them to you because these are a lot of programs that we have tested, we have used, and our students have tested and used. And of course, last but not least, you need to be able to broadcast emails because if you don't send emails to your new database of email addresses, you'll never generate traffic to anything, all right? Now, this is an example of what an opt-in page looks like. This is your one-page website. Why I'm showing this to you, this is one of the sites that I've used for many years. And the reason I want to show you this is because this is all it is. There's no fancy code, no fancy HTML. This is not a fancy page, right? There's one place right here for someone to put their email address in, and you're promising them something. I'm here promising a free video. That's it, all right? And when they go here, they put their email address in, they hit the submit button, boom, done. They actually land up next on this page right here. All right? So if you go back and think about it, I offered them a free video in order to give me their email address. Well, on the next page, I show them a free video. It's a great video. I love it. It's got beautiful content. It talks about law of attraction. It shares a lot of great details. And at the very end, the person behind this video makes an offer. He will basically offer your visitors a product for $47, $57, $77, $87, $97, whatever the dollar amount is, right? And I earn a commission every time someone buys. Now, for those of you wondering, on these kinds of pages, especially after the person actually went through an opt-in, so they, imagine how much more attentive that person is to you when they've come to this page first, put their email address in, and then gone to this page. Well, you'll see great conversions on this page. 3, 4, 5, 6% of the people. That means if you send 100 visitors, anywhere from 3 to 6 of them will purchase this program. That means you will generate commission on 3 to 6 of those. And that commission could be anywhere from $20 to $100. So you do the math. It starts to add up very quickly, which allows you to really expand what you're investing to get traffic to this page. That's brilliant. All right. Now, just to show you a live example of what I was able to generate when I did this, I, again, don't know if you can see it because it's small and you're seeing it on a tiny screen. Right now, I'm seeing it on a big screen. But, guys, I did this for about 10 or 12 days once, okay? I drove a bunch of traffic to that page I showed you, and I wanted to see what I would generate immediately. That meant no emails, no nothing. I just wanted to see if I invested a little bit of money into traffic to build my list, how much of that money would I recover instantly just by that one video on the thank you page. And what I actually learned on this example, was I recovered all my money. I was able to build an email list of about, I think it was about 7,000 or 8,000 people. I don't remember now. It was 7,000 or 8,000 people that I built an email list of. And I generated $8,800 in commissions for that. So that's incredible, right? But the most incredible thing about that is that my entire email list was free. So anything I invested in traffic, I recovered it instantly. That helps me scale my traffic and do whatever I want with that traffic. That's a really, really big thing because that basically means you're building your authority status, your email list for free in any niche that you want. Now, does that always work? It does not always work, and you've got to play that by ear, okay? So income disclaimers are all over this. I have to put this out there, guys. Just because I'm able to generate $8,800 in 10, 12 days, build a list of 8,000 people, does not mean that I'm promising that you will do the same. I can never do that. I don't know you. I can never speak on behalf of you. It is a real business. There are ups and downs. There are times where things are great. There are tests you will do that won't work. We're here to coach and guide you. We're here to share our 12 years of experience with you. We're here to help make sure that the obstacles are far less than possible, than ever possible, but I'll never make a guarantee to you. All right, now with that out of the way, I want to talk to you about one of our most successful students, Tom Hitchens, and this guy was able to do so well on that one thank you page offer that he actually told me he was in profit on that offer. That meant it's like basically if he's investing in traffic, he's getting paid. He is getting paid to build a list. There is no better situation in the world to have someone else paying you to become an authority in a niche. Now, here's the cool part. Hang tight on this show for a little bit longer. Tom is here. He is in the studio, and I'm going to get him on for an interview with you where he's going to share with you exactly where he got his traffic from, how he got it, and how he was able to make the thank you page itself generate an income for him from day one. All right, and he's doing things very, very differently, and he's generating over $36,000 a month now using the Profit Academy system. So you want to hear what he has to say. All right. Now, of course, we've got another one of our students who I really want to share with you. He also started with phase 1 only. He did go on to phase 2, and bulk of that $4 million came from phase 2, but his first million came mostly from phase 1. Now, again, income disclaimer, this guy he worked diligently, he worked hard. His name is Ritaban C. Very good friend of mine now. Has actually become very close friends. I was just at his wedding. I flew all the way to India for it. And that's what happens with a lot of my students is, the ones that take action, the ones that are really aggressive, the ones that are really working hard, I start to work with them more personally. I become friends with them. They become part of my inner circle. And then I can do a lot more for them. Well, Ritaban was on track to making $300 a month in full-time income. He lives in India. That was going to be what he would make per month working full-time, maybe more than full-time. Well, in just a few years, he's gone on to make over $4 million accumulative. And by the way, the funny story with him I always talk about is his internet was so slow. It still is. We have this joke going on where my internet is super fast. If he can do it, anyone can do it. All right, anyone can do it. And he is focused on phase 1. So he built up an email list. He's got over 61,000 leads right now in just one of the niches that he's in. And here, this is just one of his affiliate accounts using phase 1, okay? Imagine he was going to be making $300 a month here in just one of the programs he promoted, $81,000 in 5 months, all profit, by the way. And that's what I really want you to understand here. When you build an email list, okay, as long as you are able to pay for whatever small investment traffic you put in the beginning, after that, it's free. All the traffic you send anywhere you send, it's always free. So you get to generate complete, full, 100% profit. All right, check out his PayPal account. And you can't see it because I blew it up. And, all right, so we're live. Hey, surprise. I messed up on one of the images. Doesn't matter. So now we're going to transition into phase 2. So before I do that, and before I talk through what you're seeing on the screen here, phase 1. Traffic, which we'll show you. There's basically 3 or 4. There's really mostly 3 sources of traffic that I like my students to first focus on, okay? Take that to a one-page website. That's your opt-in page, okay? We show you how to build that. We show you great examples. We give you copy and paste. You get it up and running. You sign up with our autoresponder of choice. We'll get you 90 days for free in that service. And so far, you've spent no money, okay? Now, on traffic, you can get free traffic or you can invest a little bit of money getting that traffic. Trust me. The investment traffic is great. It helps you scale your business. And if you do it right and if you do it the way we teach, you can make most of that money back really quickly. Even if you don't make it back on the first day, maybe a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks down the road, if you do the system, you make it all back. And now that list is free for you for the rest of your life. And you can continue to generate profits from it. Okay, so traffic goes to an opt-in page, becomes part of your list. And then you find great products that you like. You endorse them. You send blasts to your list supporting them. That's it. That's phase 1, and we'll walk you through each piece. We'll hold your hands and walk you right through each piece. That is awesome, right? Now, let's move to phase 2, and the reason I'm moving on really quickly to phase 2 is because Ritaban went on to do a product launch. All right, he did a small product launch. This is one of his smaller ones. That's $407,000 in 3 weeks, okay? Because he followed our system. Now, he did the launch exactly how I'm going to show you how to do it. He followed our system to the T. One of the best things about Ritaban is he doesn't reinvent the wheel. He is a great student. That's what I want you to be. See, when you start your business, guys, a lot of times you're going to want to throw your own ideas in. What you're going to end up doing is making everything more complicated. Don't do that. Why are you making something complicated when we've already done it and tested it over thousands of students and are handing you a template to copy, paste, and follow? We're giving you a business on a platter, okay? I can't make any guarantees. I'm not ever going to say that, just do this and it'll 100% work. But don't you think we'll get you 98% there, 97% there? Don't you think we'll take away almost all the risk? And then if you do hit a problem, if you do have an issue, we're right here. The community is there waiting to support you and hold your hand through all of it. All right? So How do you make your first $100,000 using phase one? You focus on two main things. Continue to grow your list on a part-time daily basis. I'm not asking anybody to quit their day job. I'm not asking anybody to stop spending time with their family, their kids. None of that, guys. Part-time, maybe give me an hour a day to generate 300 visitors a day. 300 is a joke. All of my students are able to generate thousands. Guys, I've had days where I get 100,000 visitors in a day to some of my businesses. So 300, when you use just one of the three techniques we teach you, is not difficult to do at all. Then you begin broadcasting a daily email. At least 5 days a week is what I like to do. So 5 days out of 7, you'll take 20 minutes to write an email and blast that out to the database. And if you can do that, and you do it consistently, and you follow the template that we give you in Profit Academy, you will be able to start generating income, and that'll be the fastest way for you to be able to grow and generate your first $100,000 online. It's doable. It's been done over and over. Our students are doing it every single day. The only thing that stands between you and this is taking action and implementing a system that we're handing over to you. All right, phase two. All right, building a long-term business. So this is your true path to making your first $500,000. All right, now I will recap the story that I did on the second training. I'll do it when I go over to the whiteboard, because what you're going to laugh about is that there's not much difference between what you learn to get to your first $500,000 and what you have to learn to get to your first million, all right, or above. So basically, I did a case study. I was given a challenge by one of my mentors to be able to create $500,000 in 6 months, or he said 12 months. I had 12 months to create $500,000, and the rules of the game were as follows. I had to build the whole product and have it up and running within 30 days or less. I couldn't build the product myself. I couldn't go into a niche with my name, so none of my credibility could come with me. And I had to go into a brand new niche that I had no experience in prior. That sounds pretty tough, right? And the person who gave me this challenge wrote it off. He said, you can't do it. I said, there is not a darn thing in this world that I can't do. I will do it. So I was able to set up an entire business in 21 days, okay? Now mind you, guys, I am not saying that you'll be able to do this. I have years of experience, okay? So, okay, fine. Even if you take 3 times as long as me, okay? So you do it in 63 days. Is that, I mean, you waited your whole life for a new life. It's another 2 months invested. Going to be a big deal? Not at all. Even if you take 4 times the time as me, okay? So I was able to do it in 21 days. I didn't build the product myself. I didn't touch the product myself, all right? I basically use my outsourcing techniques that we share, teach, and train our students on and make you a master of, handed them to our students, and lo and behold, I had a full business, a full funnel, everything up, and then I used a very simple rolling launch technique to spread it out. I brought on very few people to help me with this. Again, not using my name. Nobody knew they were working with me. And before I knew it, in exactly 6 months, I generated just north of $500,000. So not only did I do it in less time that he gave me 30 days to build a product. I did it in 21, but he had given me 12 months to create the $500,000, and I did it in 6 months. All right. So I'm going to share that with you too. Basically, building phase 2 is all about building a long-term business. If you want to build a business that you can even pass down generations, you could give to your kids. This is what we're talking about in phase 2. Getting 100% free traffic, high quality, the best style of traffic that's out there. Phase 2 teaches you that, exactly that, all right? Now, you can't, this one source of traffic, you cannot get it unless you have your own digital product in the internet. That's why, one of the main reasons why I always say phase 2 is super critical to do, because one of the key forms of traffic we show you is not even available to you unless you have your own digital product online. And of course, we help you create your own information empire. That's going to be super important, because I don't want you to just make $500,000 or just make $1 million. I want you to go out and make millions. Guys, my business last year in 2014, simply selling information, nothing more, nothing physical, simply selling information, we did, all right, $10 million in sales. This year, we're looking at doing $20 million in sales. As a matter of fact, this year, I will have done more business in the first quarter, the first 3 months of the year, than I did in the entire year last year. There is a lot of scalability to the information business. You can truly build an empire if you want to. All right, one of the best things about the Profit Academy system is it can be molded as you wish. It can be molded into anything you want. So you can go on to make $100,000, be happy with that, never build your own product and say, this is good. You can make $200,000-$300,000 without ever making your own product. Or you can say, Anik, forget that. I want to go out. I want to go all in. I want to do this as big as I can. Well, then sky's the limit. It's up to you. All right? And then, of course, focusing on lifetime customer value. So this is where we become real businessmen, all right? This is where I get into advanced stuff. I'm going to teach you how not to waste that traffic that you're getting. I'm going to teach you how to really continue to get more and more revenue out of that traffic. All right, so when it comes to digital products, now again, I'm not going to go through this in great detail right now. I did in training number 2. If you've missed it and you want to learn more about the different kinds of digital products, I highly, 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 highly advise that you go watch it before we take it down, because you'll have only a few days left. We will be taking it down. All right? There's written products. There are audio products. There are 2 types of video products. You can do a screen capture, which is basically like what you're seeing right now. You see a full-blown PowerPoint. You don't see me on the screen. That's an example of a screen capture. You could literally use your computer, nothing more, a $100 piece of software, and a $20 microphone from your local electronics store, and you could film an entire awesome course without ever showing your face on the camera. Or, like you're seeing right now, ta-da, face to camera. You can also do a product that's face to camera. Now, I'm pretty comfortable with the camera, as you can tell. See, I smile, I'm loose, I have a good time. I don't mind the camera. I've been doing this for a long time. Some people are scared of the camera. They don't like it. They get uncomfortable. They don't like the idea of being on camera. Okay, no problem. You don't have to be on camera. This is not a requirement at all of building an information business. So that's why I said the Profit Academy system is so beautiful, because it allows you to mold whatever it is you want to do. Okay, if you want to be on camera, great. If you want to build 100,000, great. If you want to build 2 million, great. That's what I love about this system, guys. It's a true business focused on the words financial freedom. Remember, financial freedom, but most people focus on the financial side. I like to focus on the freedom side. And when you have a business that can go with you around the world on your laptop, and you need nothing more than what you can carry in a book bag to run a multi-million-dollar empire, that's freedom. That's freedom. All right, the outline, 90% of the battle. Guys, one of the greatest things that we make you a master of inside the Profit Academy is we will teach you how to build a beautiful product. We will teach you how to do it without ever having known that you even built a product. How many of you right now are sitting there thinking, product, Anik, I don't know how to build a product. Did you ask me to write a whole product about something? That's crazy. I don't know anything. I'm not that good at stuff. Seriously? Trust me, 100,000 students, been there, done that, addressed these questions. What if I told you I can make you a foregone expert? Okay, I want to make you a leading expert in your industry. Leading expert, okay? And if you just focus on the outline using our system and just follow it step by step by step by step, and you never, ever have to worry about what you think you don't know. Believe me. All right, so this is where most people get stuck. You know, once you've done the outline, creating the actual product is like super easy. So where most people get stuck, we have a lot of automated processes we use to create the outline. And once the outline is done, it's really just pushing buttons from there. Because the outline not only will dictate the creation of your main passion product, which you'll be putting out there and selling, but it's also going to help you figure out exactly what needs to go in your bonuses. It's going to help you figure out exactly what needs to go for your funnel. What are going to be your upsells, your downsells, your cross-sells. All of that comes out of a one piece of paper outline that we show you, boom, boom, step by step, how to create. All right? Now, researching for ideas, I want you to write down this one website. I'm going to fast forward right to it. Guys, again, training number 2, if you haven't seen this yet, go to it. I share with you the #1 source you'll ever need to use to help you create the best outline for the best product, Amazon.com. That's it. If you can go to Amazon.com, I share with you exactly how to research what other people have done and how it's being received by the market. You could take the best of the best of the best and make sure you've covered all the greatest topics that your market is interested in, and you would know you've got a best-selling product before the product is even being made. All right, again, step by step using a very simple system. All right, product creation process. We went over this in great detail during workshop number 2. We go from research, which I just shared with you about. That's mostly about figuring out what are the pieces to the puzzle, what are the things you want to put in your product. From there, we'll move on to the hook. And the hook is really, why do I buy your product? Okay, so the hook is like, lose 21 pounds in 10 days. That's your hook, right? So someone will buy your product because they want to lose 21 pounds in 10 days. Train your dog how to fetch within 3 days or less. I mean, that's its own hook. So you've got to discover what hook is working in your market. Again, the best place to see that is to read the titles of books inside Amazon.com, and just sort it by popularity. The books that come up when you search for a keyword, sort it by highest number of reviews, and that'll show you what the market loves seeing the most. And boom, you got it yourself. You can create a great hook like this. And if you still can't create one, guess what? Come to the community at Profit Academy. We'll help create one for you. All right. Number 3, outline. Told you 90% of the battle. We will focus on the outline. You guys, the research can take you less than half a day. The hook can take you about an hour. The outline will take you a couple of days. Okay? I want you to spend the most time on the outline, from which you will create your funnel and your bonuses that'll help you convert better when you start getting traffic. Now, media. You have to choose what type of product you're making, written, audio, or video. Okay? So that decision should take, 15 seconds? Once you've learned the benefits and the negatives each one, you can make that decision quickly. From there, you've got one decision. Are you going to build the product yourself, or are you going to outsource it? Now, I have a preference to outsource things, only when it's not my name attached to it. And when my name is attached to the product, I use a combination of the both of them. We'll share with you exactly how to do that. If you want to outsource it, we'll share with you exactly how to outsource it. You want to build it yourself? I'll give you access to all the tools I use, all the equipment I use. Guys, you can build your own sound studio in your house for about $20, maybe $50 if you need to buy some software for your computer. Today, most computers, if you're a Mac user, you've already got the best tool out there to help you do it. If you're a PC user, they've got great tools on there already, but you could also just go buy about $20, $30 software. For less than $50, you can set up your own professional audio recording studio that 10 years ago you'd have been paying $1,000 an hour to use. That's how far we've come. That's really cool, right? Now, next is coming up with a timeline. And that's if I had to say the 2 pieces to the puzzle that are the most important when creating your own product, it's the outline and the timeline. Okay, because the timeline, most people would drag their feet forever and ever and ever, and they find all the greatest excuses to not create the product. But if you have a good timeline, you will. And last but not least, production. Get that product done, and we'll share with you all the places where you can fast track, skip a lot of steps, and get right to it. And then, of course, I do want to share Nigel's story with you. Nigel, came to us, and he said, I know how to write a book, right? Nigel's written some books in the past. Said, I don't understand anything about creating a digital product or a digital course. And he said, I don't really think I can do it. Well, he graduated our system, a true expert, and what he said was this. He said, the system is truly life-changing. You won't believe how simple it really is. That's what it is, guys. I want to make a believer out of you. Give me a chance to do it. Trust me, there's a product inside of you. We can pull it right out, and you won't even know. When you follow the assignments and the simple steps, you won't even know that that's what's happening. You will have no idea that that's what's happening. All right. Now, I never saw myself creating a product just a year ago. I couldn't ever imagine this. He says, I couldn't even make a dime on the internet, couldn't think about creating a product. You've seen him. Zane was on our first training workshop. He came in here. He was sitting here. We interviewed him. And he's building products left and right now. All right, this guy is doing screen capture videos. He's doing presentations just like this where you can see he's got his voice there. English is not even his first language, all right? And he's doing amazing stuff. And I'm asking, I asked him, I said, a year ago, could you have seen yourself doing this? He said, Onyx, 6 months ago, I couldn't have seen myself doing this. I didn't think it was possible until I just said, you know what, I'm going to shut my brain off for a minute. I'm going to go through the system piece by piece by piece by piece by piece. And I'm not going to think about the bridge that's 2 months down the road. Stop thinking about that. Who cares? We'll get to it when we get to it. But right now, the instruction is to do this, and that's exactly what he did, and he's become a master at it. All right, so the side benefits of having an outline, I already shared that with you. You can create bonuses. You can create funnels. And then, speaking of funnels, guys, this is what a funnel looks like. Now, I'm going to go through this diagram with you in great detail in just a minute. I think it's coming up in literally a minute. But you see these little boxes here. This diagram represents your entire business. Okay, once we teach you to become a master of this, you are unstoppable. Today, one of the guests we're bringing up, actually both the guests we're bringing up, have absolutely made a killing on the internet with their digital empires and with their physical empires as well. Yeah, hint, hint. You can also use what we teach you to build amazing physical businesses, if that's what you choose to do, but they're doing it because of this concept. How to double your profits and sales from a customer before they've even reached the page where they take delivery of the product. So here the customer came and is like, all right, I'm going to buy the first product, I'm in. They go to the end, and before they even reach the end where they can download that product, they've already gone through and doubled the amount that they've invested with your company. All right? And I'll share with you that. I'll give you all the details, and we'll talk about how this makes such a big impact in your business. Again, if you want the details, you got to go back to training workshop number 2. All right. Now, starts at phase 1. Guys, remember, everything is about following a process. Our students for 90 days are told you got to follow the process. I do not want you jumping ahead to phase 2 unless you're already there. Unless you're coming at this at an intermediary level, you already feel like you're a certain way, you already have an email list, you've already been talking to them. But if you're just starting and you say, man, forget the 100,000, I want to go for the millions, and you dive right in and you go to phase 2, you are not going to make it. You aren't going to make it. Okay, 100,000 students, I've learned a lot. You got to follow the process. Phase 1, then phase 2. All right. Now, so to generate over 10 million in sales, okay, now I'm about to share a story with you of another one of our students who is in the building. He has officially arrived. My team just sent me a message here on the board, and they said he's here. This guy, okay, so I got to set the stage by first saying a good friend of mine. All right? I mean, before he became a student. I don't know if you've ever tried to teach something to someone who's a friend or a family member, but let me tell you, I would rather teach a stranger off the road any day, any time, any place. People who look at you as a friend, who don't look at you as an expert, even in my case, after having sold close to $100 million of products on the internet, I still get this very same problem with friends and family. So even though this guy was pushing back on me, he was able to take about 10% of the training that you're currently getting and turn it into millions. In 2015, he's going to go on to do over $10 million in sales. So I always like to say, he's bought his dream car now. He just moved into his dream home. We're still the closest of buddies. I was just at his house recently. I was able to help him become a success despite the fact that he's my friend. That makes a big statement. Jimmy Kim has gone on and is continuing to grow in ridiculous ways. And what I want you to understand here is that there is nothing he knows or has that you don't. There's nothing holding you back from replicating this story. The only difference is you have more training, more community, more support than he ever had. Okay, he didn't have that. He didn't have such a structured program like Profit Academy. That didn't exist years ago. Okay, he only had me and the ability to ask me some questions and had to go figure out the rest of it himself. Now again, I'm sharing really big numbers for you, and I need you to understand that in no way or shape am I saying that you are going to make that. Okay, it's all up to you guys. The system is there, it's proven, it's tested. We are here to support, we are here to coach. You've got to make the decision to take actual action. All right, some will make a lot of money, some will make some money, some will make no money. It's going to be based not on us though, it's based on you. That comes back to you. It's your responsibility. It's your business. We're only here to help you do it. We cannot do it for you. All right? So I want to show you some of these income shots from Jimmy just because I have fun doing it. Look, guys, right now he's got one of his accounts over 178,842 leads. That's just one of the niches he's in. Then you look at this, making $30,000 a day in one of his businesses, in one of his accounts. Okay? This is huge. All right, this is enormous. Now, I'm not saying that that's all profit. By the way, he's got expenses. He's got to pay for the traffic and everything. But you sure as hell bet your butt. That's a lot of that is profit. Now, his worst day here is 19 grand in this account. He's got other accounts too. His worst day here is 19 grand. His best day is 31. Would that make a difference in your life? Let me ask you something. Maybe let's just take worst case example. He's making 10% profit on that. I mean, he's not, trust me. In a digital world, you make a lot more than that. Most of the money is profit, but let's just assume he is only making 10%. That's still $3,000 a month. I mean, a day, sorry, a day. $3,000 a day from one of his businesses. Now, I have a joke about his PayPal account because one day I saw his PayPal account and I said, what the heck is going on in here, man? What are you going to do with this? And he looks at me and goes, play money. And I said, I'm sorry, what? And he said, it's there. But I like to test things and test traffic sources and maybe take a vacation or whatever, but I don't do much with it. And I thought, my God, You know, imagine a few years ago, this guy was working 18-hour days at a car dealership. And today he's sitting there lounging in his dream car, dream house, everything. All that happened within a few years. And now he's saying, 120 grand is, play money. I said, all right. And then I always joke with him. I say, hey, how's your small account doing? This is his small account. This is his phase 1 account, by the way. This is where he collects all of his affiliate revenue when he just promotes for other people. And you'll see, smallest month in November 2014, I believe it was $33,000. I mean, so sad. And then his best month was recently in February. He made $50,000. Guys, this is side money. This is pure profit, by the way. There is no expenses on that. That is pure profit. That's just from sending traffic from his email list to another person's offer. All things he's done in the last few years like this by following a simple system. If you want to do it, you absolutely can. There's nothing holding you back from it. All right? And then, of course, time for us to move to the whiteboard. Now, here's what we're going to do. All right? I'm going to do basically 3 things as fast and as quick as I possibly can. The first thing is I'm going to share with you that $500,000 secret again. Or not really a secret, the case study. All right? What I'm going to share with you is what it takes, right? I need you to understand math, numbers. Because one of the questions we really get is, can you do this? Can I really do this on it? Can I really do this? It's got to be so hard to get a $500,000. Let me break it down for you to show you how simple it really can be if you stick to numbers and systems. Numbers, systems. That's it. Numbers, systems, numbers, systems. If you do nothing else, leave this profit workshop saying, Anik told me to stick to numbers and to systems. You do that, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you. And then what we're going to do is expand from there, and we're going to grow that $500,000 into $1 million. And I'm going to share with you the final secret that you need to be able to take your entire digital empire and make it up to $1 million. And then once we've covered the $1 million, I'm going to share with you what I did to reach 3.2 on one of my actual businesses that I launched in early 2013 and then haven't touched. I don't touch it. It's done. It's been there. It's been done. I don't even know how to log into it right now. If I needed to check sales for you live, I have no idea how to do it. I have to ask someone to basically tell me how it's doing. That's how hands-off it's been. All right, we're going to go over all of that on the whiteboard. So get ready, get excited. I'll be right back in about 10 seconds. All right, we're back. I can see myself on the screen. Guys, I've got a plain whiteboard. This is time now. It is time to hit the ground running. Are you excited? Do you have something to take notes with? Take it out right now, please. I mean it. Take out whatever you can to write notes with. And we're going to get started right now. So let me get my head together here. All right. So in order for you to understand, we're going to go through some kind of math real quick. And I need you to master this math. Because once you understand this math, it's really easy to grow from there over to the next part. Okay? So we're going to go over what we call the 500K case study. Okay? And in this, what I want to share with you and what I want to show you is exactly what it takes and how simple it can be. So the first thing is I'm going to do, first things first, is I'm going to draw a quick funnel, all right? And I'll share with you the prices and the conversions and everything. And I basically remember exactly what it was. All right, we have another one. We have another one. And then they all go to done. All right. You're going to have to bear here with me in my not such great drawings, okay? So this is your main product, okay? This is your entry product. This is what I'm going to share with you on how to present to the market. So in my $500,000 case study, my main product was actually $47. Now, from there, if they bought that, I would show them my first upsell, upsell number 1. Now you might be wondering, Anik, what's an upsell? Again, go to training number 2. But upsell is basically an opportunity for someone to invest further capital with you, for them to upgrade their membership with you and to get a better, a bigger, more advanced product as well. Look, you've got them in the buying loop. This is when you're going to get the most sales from a customer. Again, imagine being at McDonald's. You say, I'll take a Big Mac. And they say, would you like fries with that? Had they not asked you, the chances of you adding the fries were very little. But because they ask you, you think, sure, why not, right? Then they say, sir, would you like a Coke to wash that down? And you think, okay, sure. Well, you know what you just did? You doubled the amount of money you were going to spend. If the Big Mac was $3, you just walked out spending $6, and in an instant, you didn't even realize it. And you, if anything, you feel better served. You think, wow, I got a more satisfying meal. I got burger, fries, Coke, good, right? That's exactly what we're doing online when it comes to digital information. So what you will find is as you walk people through this upsell 1, this is upsell 2, this is exactly what I've done in my funnels, and especially the one that has gone on to generate $500,000 that I was given a challenge for, is from 47 to the end. The number to know is I was able to get this person, sorry, I was blocking your view, to $90, from 47 to 90. So now, when I get a sale, instead of getting $47 on that sale, I'm actually getting $90 on that sale. Okay? Now, one of the greatest benefits of being in phase 2 is the incoming traffic. And this is where we really want to talk. Okay? Let's say you really want to build financial freedom, right? So you can choose to sit for hours and hours a day working on getting traffic, or you can do it the way I do it. And that is I let other people get the traffic for me. Now, what does that mean? All right. So let me erase this. Let's just say, let's make an assumption, okay? We're going to make an assumption. We're going to do this in a different color to make things easier. So let's say this is you. And absolutely no jokes about my drawing allowed. So let's say this is you, smiley face you. And let's say you have employed 3 ways of generating traffic to your site, okay? 3 allows you to keep a comfortable life. You're not sitting there cramming away all the time and driving yourself insane. Well, let's say something happens, all right? God forbid, something happens to you. You get ill, you get sick, you come down with the cold, and you're not working for 3 days. What happens to your business? No sales, right? That's like being a contractor. If you build homes for a living and then you get sick and you don't show up to work, you aren't going to make any money that day. So little you is not so happy anymore, and now you're upset because you're not making any money. Well, what if you employ something called affiliates? That's what we're going to show you to become a master of, right? So you basically get other people just like you. There's a bunch of them. There's hundreds, if not thousands on the internet that you can use to do this. And all these guys are out there. They're basically in phase 1 of their business, and they're looking for great high-quality products to promote, right? So they're all sitting here, and all 3 of them use 3 sources of traffic, and they start sending you traffic. Now, why would they do that? They would do that because you offer them commission in return. Well, guess what? If you are out of the game one day, who cares? You've got a bunch of other people working for you. If you're sitting on the beach hanging out, chilling out, and having fun and enjoying a vacation, still got a bunch of people working for you. Now, you're not paying any money for that traffic. You're not risking anything. The deal is this. They'll send you traffic. For every time they get a sale, they'll make their 50% cut. So if I asked you, hey, every time I give you $1, you give me 50 cents back. Or every time I give you $10, give me 5 back. How many times would you do that transaction with me? You would do it all day long, infinite number of times. So that's exactly what this is. This is real life. It's happening. It's possible to do on the internet. Okay? So when I had to do this challenge, I sat down and thought, all right, what do I have to do? I thought, well, the first thing I need to do is get the product done. I've shared with you the fact that in 21 days, all I did was build the outline. That took me about 2-3 days to do. I handed it off to outsourcers using a very cool system that we share with you on how to do. And off to the races, all of them went creating great products for me. They built my entire funnel. 21 days, everything is up and running and ready to transact. Now the biggest challenge was got to get traffic. Well, I put it up on a network that's pre-existing. A network, by the way, that has thousands of these people in one place, thousands of them. And here's what I went on to do. Obviously, this is not my main business. My main business makes me millions of dollars. I wasn't even allowed to put my name on this. So I was not focused on it. It was like a side challenge. It was like we were at a bar having a couple of drinks and somebody challenged me. Now, I'm on it. I don't like challenges. I take them, very seriously. How dare you challenge me? I will never, fail at a challenge. So here's what ended up happening. Okay, now this is where I need you to follow the math with me, and I already went over this math. I know I'm repeating myself right now. Hang tight with me because I need you to understand this before I grow to the $1 million so I can show you exactly what changes. Okay, so I decided, or I didn't really decide, this is what happened. Let me use a different color for this so that you can see it better. Remember, I told you most of these guys can generate 300 visitors or so a day like that very, very easily. Okay, so my challenge really was I had 12 months to create a $500,000. Now, I did it in 6, so I thought, you know what? I'm going to go out and find a few of these guys who can send me about, I don't know, 5,000 clicks in time, not at one time. So if someone were to send me 300 clicks, in 10 days they would have sent me 3,000, and in 20 days they would have sent me 6,000. 20 days. Now, if they spread that out over months, it's easy to send me 5,000 clicks. So I thought, all right, that's a fair, and I started to see that that was a great number for my affiliates. Now, if I were able to go out, and this is exactly what ended up happening, I got 12 guys who were ready. I probably reached out to at least about 20, and I'll share the exact system. Some of you might be thinking, Onik, how do I recruit affiliates? I'll prove it to you. I'll share it with you. When I scale to $1 million, we'll talk about that because we talk about a concept called the power of 1, and that's how you recruit affiliates. So I was able to generate 60,000 visitors in a fairly short time span. I did it in about 60 days, 60 or 70 days from having put this entire process up. Now, this page converts at 3%. So at 3%, what I essentially did was create 1,800, and I think I'm way below now, so you guys probably can't see me, so let me do this here. 1,800 sales of this product were generated. Now, I already told you, because of my double profits formula, every time I got a sale, it turned into a $90 sale. So right off the bat, I'm going to do math here because I actually don't remember the exact numbers, even though I've gone over them like 7, 8 times. So we do 90 times 90 times 1,800, $162,000. All right, so that's $162,000 already generated. Now, the next math to know, guys, is that traffic is actually not going to my sales page. It's actually going to my opt-in page first, then goes to the sales page. So at 50% conversion, I've just built a list of 30,000 people. Now, I've shared with you before some very real math. Your list is worth at least $1 per month per lead in your list. Now, this number changes, okay? Some people are at 50 cents, some people are at $5. I'm at usually anywhere between $3 to $4 per month per name on my list. So this was worth at least $30,000 a month to me, and over the course of 6 months, I was able to generate $180,000 just by doing phase 1 and promoting other people's products to this brand new list I was building for free, thanks to all my buddies here that were sending me traffic. And by the way, they were making great money too, because they made half of that $162,000, and they were happy. They made a bunch of money, I made a bunch of money, and I built a list. It's all a win-win-win all around. Now, the last piece of the puzzle, guys, is what we call on the circle of profit my back-end multiplier. And that is where I've learned that at least 10% of your front-end customers will purchase a high-ticket product with you if you use the Profit Academy system and position it appropriately. That means if you're selling a product for about $1,000, which I was at the end of this, so what happens is, you see here, right, they're done. Well, 2 weeks after that, I will come back to them now that they've been my customer, they've gone through my product, they like me, they have a relationship with me, excuse me, and I will offer them a product, and I don't have room on my board anymore, but it would be after the funnel for $900, basically $1,000. You might be thinking, oh my God, that's crazy, $1,000, I can never sell anything for $1,000. Guys, it's easy. It's a copy-paste system. If you can follow it, you could do it, okay? So 10% of 1,800 is 180. 180 times 1,000 is $180,000. Guys, if you do this math, what it totals out to actually is $522K. That's exactly what my case study was. Now, you might be wondering, Anik, you've told me this, so give me something new. Let's get into something new. Let's talk about the $1 million, okay? So I am going to erase this board, and we'll get to the $1 million. What's $1 million? So how do you get to $1 million? Okay, so $1 million is going to be a focus on right here. Okay, so firstly, let's do the $1 million the easy way. Just keep doing this for 6 more months. Okay, let's not be greedy. Let's not be like, I got to do this tomorrow. First of all, I got to tell you, and I have to do this disclaimer, right? I did this. I've been doing this for, at this time when I did this, I've been doing it for 11 years. I know what I'm doing. I got the things down. I built more products than I know what to do with. More digital information products in multiple niches. Got a system down. That's what I'm teaching you now. That's what I'm trying to get you involved with Profit Academy for. But that definitely means I have an unfair advantage, okay? But let me ask you this. If I did it in 6 months, and let's say you did it in 18 months. Let's say it took you a year and a half to make a $500,000. Is that still life-changing for you? Does that still make a difference in your life? Does that put you on the right path? It took me 18 months. When I first started, 18 months and I made that. Goose egg, zero, nothing, nada, zilch. And in 18 months, you could potentially, now that's if you go slow, that's if you give yourself all kinds of liberties to make mistakes, and if you don't use our community properly, but you could be looking at making a $500,000 if you took 3 times the amount of time I took. So I not only took 6 months, but I put no focus or energy on this. It wasn't my main focus. I was just kind of playing around. Right? I could have probably done this in 1 or 2 months if I really put my energy on it. So I'm giving you the ability to be 10 times slower than what I've done and still generate that kind of income. How does that affect your life? You think about it. So if you just doubled this out, that would basically get you to $1 million. Now, how do you do it faster? All right. So I'm going to share with you a concept. And what I'll do is I'm going to actually first do the 3.2. I'm thinking through it right now. Let me first show you my $3.2 million case study, and then I'll backtrack and come back to the $1 million, and you'll kind of figure it out. So remember this, because when we talk about my $3.2 million case study, this, well, it wasn't the same product, by the way, but this process was the same. I did it in that one too, but it was just a piece of the puzzle. So there was like 3 pieces. This was the middle piece. And then the big bulk of the big money came on that 3rd piece. But I want to share all 3 pieces with you. I want to share with you what it takes to set all this up. Then I want to share with you what you do in the middle, which is here. And I'll break this down, by the way. I'll share with you how I got my first guy, this guy. How did I attract him without being able to use the name Anik Singhal? Why was that person interested? And in the process of sharing my $3.2 million case study, I will also share with you well, the 3 traffic sources that you need to focus on building your digital information empire. Now, I'm going to give myself another challenge because I like challenges, all right? Here's the deal. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this one, though. I'm going to give myself as much of a leading advantage as I can. I'm going to erase this whiteboard, and you're going to see a 10-second countdown that introduces my $3.2 million case study, all right? I've got about 10 seconds to erase it, and I'm going to try really hard, so that by the time you come back, it'll be like, ta-da, and it'll be a brand new one. All right? So we're going to start here in just a second. I'm going to wait to see the countdown start. And, oh, I gotta go. I'm still erasing, aren't I? Hey, man, I got close. Ta-da. All right. I was like 5 seconds over, right? Okay. All right, what fun would business be if we didn't laugh a little? All right, guys, so now we're going to talk about my $3.2 million case study, and from there, I'll backtrack, and you kind of already understand, I get how to do $1 million. It's not that difficult, all right? So let me share with you the 3 boxes that when you're ready to build your digital information empire, everything is going to go into these 3 boxes, okay? The first box is right here. Well, and then obviously the second box is right here. And then we have the 3rd box. I know you can't see. I'll get out of your way. All right. So box number 1, 2, 3, and what comes out the other end is your digital information empire. Okay. So box number 1 was where I created my product plus my funnel. So this is really creation. It's a creation phase, okay? So this is when we're really focused on doing our outlines, getting the research done. Now, in this case, I wanted to come out with a product that I knew was going to be a long-term legacy of mine, so I put a lot of time and energy into it. I didn't build it in 21 days. I had my name on it. I really wanted it to do good things, get it out there properly. I went way above and way above the Call of Duty on this one. Okay, so I could have spent half the time and energy on building the product and funnel and still done $3.2 million because the magic was really in the marketing. But it was a product I've dreamt of doing for a long time, so I put that extra time in. It's really up to you guys. You can absolutely, very realistically get a product done in 30 days or less. I took about 60 to do it. Okay, so this was 60 days to get the entire product and funnel done. During this time, I focused on my outsourcing, anything that was being outsourced. I focused on my outlines, okay? I did some video filming. Again, remember, you don't have to do filming. You don't have to do video. I choose to do it because I like the camera. I enjoy teaching on the camera. I enjoy being able to do things like this. Absolutely not necessary to do this, okay? And then fourth was, of course, setup. I like to basically say that I got the business set up. Okay, very easy. Use some click technology to do it. Got it up so that the business could be up and ready to take money and actually transact. I built that funnel out so that people had the ability to buy my upsells and my downsells. I chose great upsells that I really liked. They were really easy to create. Again, the outline was the key for that. That helped me figure out exactly what I wanted to do. All right, once it was all set up and ready to go, I moved on to phase number 2, box number 2 here. And in this box, here is a big thing people forget when they're getting ready to put their information products out there, when they're publishing their products on the internet. They forget to test. I cannot tell you how critically important it is to test. Test. You got to make sure it's working, not just from a technology perspective. You got to make sure the numbers are working. You got to make sure it's converting. That's really important, right? So, guys, testing, super key. How do you test? What do you do? All right, let me assign some dates. I'm going to need that. All right, let me assign some dates and times to this. I just dropped it again. All right, so let me assign some dates and times, okay? So basically, 2013, I spent about January to Feb working on the product, okay? For testing purposes, I came in right around March and early April, okay? But by late April, I was really kind of done with the testing. And when it comes to testing, I want to draw another box right here. And this box sits in between, you know, the first two boxes. It's a really tiny thing. It takes about 2 weeks of the whole process. This is driving me nuts. All right, I'm just going to try this again, okay? Ready? You see? Putting it here. Ta-da. All right. So during this testing time, what you're going to want to do is you want to get some traffic in yourself. You're not ready for affiliates yet. You want to drive that traffic to your funnel so you can see what comes out the other end. How are things converting? So actually what I first do is I go and I purchase about $500 worth of email media, okay? Something called a solo ad. Now, I've built an entire traffic exchange that you can utilize to do this. That's right. I've actually built one place where you have live proof that it's working. You can log in there and you can actually see what people have sold, how it's worked, what their ratings are before you ever look at investing even a penny. What's even better is if you were to invest $500, I totally just dropped that eraser again. If you were to invest $500, your money would actually be sitting with us, with me. It'd be sitting in an escrow account. It's totally protected. If someone tries to pull a fast one on you, there's no chance you lose that money. Isn't that awesome? So we've built a traffic network called Clickonomy. We're dang proud of it. We've had it in alpha now for almost 8 months. Okay, we are testing the heck out of it. It's ready to go live, and I'm actually giving free traffic to our students. If you join Profit Academy today, 20% of what you invest into it, I'll add to your traffic for free. If you invest $500 in, I'll give you $100 worth of traffic for free. If you do $1,000, I'll give you $200 worth of traffic for free. But I don't want you to get too crazy, because when we first just start, it's very important that you, start small. and grow slow. All right, so you'll do your $500 test buy. You'll go into the site, you'll pick someone, they'll send out an email promotion to their list exactly as an affiliate would do, except they're just doing it where you're paying for the click. So for $500, you might be able to get about 600, 700, 500, 400, anywhere in that range. Everybody's prices are different, and you've got to test different levels and different ranges. But let's just say for the rough math, it's 500 clicks. Now, remember this. A lot of people freak out and they think, oh my God, I got to buy traffic. No. Guys, if you've built the funnel even 10% like the way we teach it to you, okay, if you've just followed the model, what goes in, something's going to come out the other end. Okay, it might not be a beautiful funnel, but you'll recover at least most of the money that you put in from the beginning. That's important to know here, guys, because that's pretty critical, right? And that's a big part of it. So most of that will come right back to you. Now, this is traffic strategy number 1 that I love. It's super scalable, and we've got students making a ton of money using email media, or solo ads as we call it, and we've even built an entire platform for you to be able to do it. Now, after I start and keep testing that, I'm going to tweak and keep testing. Now, remember, that $500, 90% chance, 95% chance, most of that's coming right back to me right away because I'm not paying an affiliate. I'm making 100% of what I'm generating in my funnel. So I should be recovering most of that. I'll just keep reinvesting that $500 and tweaking my process will help you right through it when you guys get to that step. You are at least, this step is at least 60 to 70 days out. All right, believe me, we'll be there. We'll be teaching you all kinds of cool stuff. All right, now that you've done with that, I like to go into Facebook. So at this point, you will follow our simple system to do the second form of traffic that I love, and that's Facebook. See, Facebook helps you get a lot more general traffic, a lot more traffic that's not, so targeted as email traffic. And that'll show you the numbers of what you're doing on traffic that's not as targeted. That's very important. And then last but not least, once you've got all that, you are going to deploy something called the power of 1. And this is going to be your third source of traffic. This is when you're going to go out to the network of people you know, and you are going to find your very first affiliate. They don't have to be the grand, huge hit. They don't have to be the big dogs. They have to be someone who can basically drive at least 5, 6, 7, 800 clicks to you, 1,000 clicks to you, and you will make them a deal. Okay, you will offer them, look, I'm willing to give you a guarantee that you will make at least $1 per click on your promotion as an affiliate. If you don't, I will give you the $1 per click. Now, that's a great deal, isn't it? First of all, you've been testing the heck out of your funnel. It's a safe deal to give. You know it's working. Secondly, don't forget, they make 50%. You're still making the other 50%. So your insurance policy is there all along. You can't lose money. And they're only sending you 5, 6, 7, 800 clicks, 1,000 clicks. Plus, you got that insurance policy. You're good. Plus, you've tested. Guys, I told you, we don't let our students take a whole bunch of risk. There's no point for that. We don't like our students to take a lot of risk, right? So, power of 1, you'll get that first guy. Now, a lot of you are thinking, what if I don't get that? I hear that all the time. You will. It's a system. It always works. It always works. And guess what? If you don't, we'll get one for you. Have you seen one of the bonuses that we have in the Profit Academy training system? We actually give you an affiliate exchange. There's actually going to be a part of our entire site where we let you connect with everybody else in the community, and we will personally help you recruit your first affiliate. From here, what you're going to do is, and this is the next box. This guy's going to promote. He's going to do great. He's going to come back with great results, and you're going to go to him and say, hey, Bill, did you enjoy that promotion? How was that? And he'll say, oh man, it was great on it, great work, and good product, great conversions. I loved it, made some good money. Bill, could you recommend me to just 3 people that you know that would be able to do this? And he'll say, sure. I got the perfect 3 people they're looking for something to promote. Now you might be thinking, it doesn't work that way. This is exactly what I did in my $3.2 million case study, guys. Jan-Feb, I built the product. March, I spent most of the time buying ads and tweaking, and then running Facebook ads. That tail end of April, what I did was I got the power of 1. I had one person. I still remember who this person is. She's still one of my closest friends. And she was actually the person who I was buying my traffic from. She was the person who I was going and buying email clicks from. And I happened to one day just tell her, I said, do you know that if you had been promoting me as an affiliate this whole time, you would have actually made $700 with your share. Instead, I paid you $500. And she thought, really? And I thought, yeah. I thought, it's cool, don't worry about it. I'll keep, buying ads if that's what you want, or you could start promoting as an affiliate. And she said, no, I'd love to promote as an affiliate if I'm going to make more money. She did. Ta-da, power of one. So I only had to buy ads from her once or twice. By the third time, she was promoting and giving me free traffic. Now I could take that 500 and spend it with somebody else, invest it in someone else, and do the same thing with them. Before I knew it, she was calling all her friends on my behalf. She was so happy with the promotion, she started to give it to other affiliates. And what I did is I let other affiliates who aren't the biggest guys, who aren't the biggest brands in the industry, I let them come on board and kind of time test my offer. And before I knew it, I started to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. People started to tell each other. It started to grow. That was when I declared my rolling launch. And this rolling launch took place starting about end of May, and it rolled all the way through the end of June. All right? So the difference here is basically once I knew I was converting, I decided to put together an official launch. And I went after everybody. I asked everybody in my network here, in the Grow Network, I said to all of them, guys, send me out, let me meet people, introduce me to people, let me share the results you've had. I put together a page, I put all their results on there. And before I knew it, guys, I had people piling on to promote my launch. So I want you to take a quick mental picture of this because I'm going to move on now. I actually need my whiteboard eraser here. And I'm going to show you a graph. And what I'm going to show you in this graph is what my $3.2 million launch looked like. I have had this product up and running since, or processing revenue since, let's say the serious time was May of 2013 till the last time I ran these numbers for you was December of 2014. It's currently still selling. It's a little embarrassing. I just have not gone in to do the math, okay? And in that time, what I want to share with you is that the first time I released this, let me erase this, you guys don't need it now. The first time I did it, so this May to June, okay, when I followed this process, which I'm not the only one that's done this, is I was able to generate $1 million. It was actually, if I remember, closer to 1.2. Okay? Now what's really cool is that I went on to do it again. Okay? I did it again in June of 2014. And in June of 2014, I generated another $1 million by doing another rolling launch. Okay? Actually, that one wasn't quite as much rolling because by that point I already had the network, I had the contacts, I didn't have any risk, I knew the funnel converted. I waited about 7-8 months from the first launch, and this time I declared a big bang launch. And I really put it out there for about 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks. It did another $1 million. Ouch. And in between, I remember in that 8-month window, the sales kept coming in. They were just coming in. And I did another $1 million in between with just having a product up there and not doing anything. I told you I can't even log into the thing right now. So what the graph looked like, let me erase this. I hope you guys took a picture of it. And if you didn't, the replay will be up, but it's only going to be up for a couple of days, guys, because we are almost done here. We will be closing the Profit Academy program very, very soon. So here's what mine looked like, okay? There was this static time that I didn't do much, that I was growing. I was simply building the product. Then suddenly I started to buy and invest in some traffic to test it, and I saw some sales start to come in. Then I did a little Facebook. So here, that's me doing email, and here's me doing Facebook and email. And now suddenly I had a point where I got the power of one. So my numbers kept going, right? I started to attract, now I got into my grow phase, okay? I was starting to grow because I was getting more and more affiliates. So this was actually affiliates. So by this point, I've got email, I've got Facebook, and I've got affiliates. And then right here, I declared a rolling launch. So let's draw another line and let's show you what the actual firm launch looked like, okay? The launch looked more like this. Now, in a typical big bang product launch, it'll actually look like this. okay? And at the very end, it'll dive because you'll close it off. Well, I actually ended mine on a high note. So what ended up happening is even when the launch was done, so many people, I didn't close the product down. I kept the product available and open. This whiteboard is going to fall on me very soon. So I never closed the launch down. That was a big part of the whole thing. Well, what happened is instead of dying away like this one does, what it actually slowly did was it went like this and then it kind of just got static. So I created longevity. Hey, I know my drawing sucks and I know that, I don't even know if you can see it. I've been getting kind of small here. And so, but follow along best you can. So I had all these little points here, okay? That was how I went on to generate $3.2 million, guys. Okay, now, have you figured out the million in there? The keys to doing a $1 million launch are doing a rolling launch that kicks off with the power of one. That's going to be the key. All right? So now that we've gone through all of that, guys, that is exactly what we want to share with you. That's exactly what we want to show you how to do inside the Profit Academy program. That's what this program is for. Now, I want to have a heart-to-heart with you about the Profit Academy program before I move on to the next section where we share more of the details with you. The program I'm asking you to join right now is a program I only want you to join if you're super dead serious. Guys, we have very few days left here. We're talking about the span of maybe 3 or 4 days left before this entire thing is done. Before the classes begin, enrollment is done. You are not allowed to get in after that. We will not keep the doors open. We will officially close, and we will stay closed for an indefinite period of time. Okay, probably most likely about a year, because I'm very serious about the students we bring in. So once those students get involved, they start working with us, we aren't going to work with other people until we're done with those students. So this is the moment to make a decision. Listen, everything in life begins with a decision. So if you want success, success will come by first making a decision, then taking action, and only then will you see results. Today, it's your opportunity to make a decision. We're almost done. We're closing up. All right, what's it going to be? Are you going to do it? Are you going to join? Are you going to change your life? Are you going to become a digital publisher? Are you going to build an information empire? That's your decision. Once you make that decision, today you need to take action. Today you need to go enroll. Today you need to join Profit Academy before it's too late, before we close our doors, before this opportunity speeds right past you. And then, once you're inside, it's time to take action on everything we teach you, we train you. It's time to become part of the community. And from there is when you'll start to see the results. I'm going to share with you one more time what is Profit Academy? What is part of the Profit Academy? And right now, what I want you to do me a favor. This is a favor for me, and it's really important for you. Look, I've trained hundreds of thousands of people. I've had actual 100,000 students. I mean, I've had millions of people on my email list, and I've learned a lot. And one of the things I've learned is that one of my roles as your teacher, as your mentor, as your coach, is to get you to make decisions. So today, before the end of this session, you're going to make a decision. Whether yes or no, you're going to make a decision. Close your eyes right now and accept my challenge. You don't have to send me an email. You don't have to type into a comment box. This is between you and you, okay? I can't even see what you're saying, but I trust you. It's the honor code here. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to say, I accept, Anik. I accept your challenge. Today, before this show finishes, before this training finishes, I will make a decision. I will decide if I'm going to be in or if I'm not. And I'm going to decide if I want to change my life or if it's not the right time to do it right now. But either way, you will make a decision. That is what's key. All right? Give me 10 seconds. I'm going to get over to my PowerPoint slides, and I'm going to share with you for the last time ever what is involved in the Profit Academy program. You have your last few days now. The countdown is about to begin. Tomorrow there will officially be a countdown. If you're watching this live, by the time you're watching the replay, there will officially be a countdown timer. Now, some of the bonuses are going to start to disappear. A lot of the bonuses are going to start to disappear. That means today is the best day to make that decision and to gather as many of the bonuses and as much of the help and training and community and elements that we're giving you. But you got to make that decision today. The commitment you've made to me, and when you close your eyes, you accepted, was that today, yes or no? Guys, if you say no, it's not going to hurt my feelings. That's okay. I already told you this is not for everybody. We don't want you to join. I'm not trying to give you a hard pitch here. If you join and you're not ready, you're only going to bring the community down. We don't want that. You have to qualify to be a part of our Profit Academy community. Okay? 10 seconds, I should say, 10 seconds. I'll be right back. And we're back. All right. Listen, let's talk about Profit Academy. The fastest way for you to get your hands held and the fastest way for you to start. And you are down to the wire here. It is time to make your decision because we are closing doors. We're real about that. We mean it. We won't be opening up for a long time to come. Time to make that decision, guys. All right. How can I help you start fast? Well, first of all, guys, over 12 years of experience, I'm about to compress into 90 days. 12 years of experience being compressed into 90 days. It took me 18 months to create this program. 18 months to create this program. That means for 18 months I've been in beta, I've been testing it. A lot of the students you've heard from, you're about to hear from, were a part of my beta program. They've gone on to create hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions. They're changing their lives. The program works. The system works. And I've really put the time in for it. I have every tool, training, community, resource that you could possibly ever want or to possibly ever need to succeed at what we're doing. All right, and I mean that. And specifically, we have created a fast start program that allows you to create profits in days. Now, why do I do that? Look, even if you make $100 or $200 in the next 14 days, 20 days, I'll make a believer out of you. That's what I'm going to do here, okay? That's my biggest goal. So this is very, very important. Now, we've helped thousands of students, over 100,000 students I've helped. We have created story after story after story, success stories, left, right, and center. We know what we're doing. All right, Profit Academy is extremely exclusive, and it's been in beta testing forever. Guys, I want you to look at me and stop looking at the PowerPoint for a second. If you're not dead serious, and I have a slide about this, if you're not serious, we're very exclusive. We are not letting everybody in. We've already had people that have tried to join, and we've gone back and asked them not to. You've got to be very serious. If you really want to change your life, and if you're going to work hard, if you're going to join the community, go in there and expect a quick rich scheme. You're going to complain, you're going to whine, you're going to be a negative person. We don't want you in the community. If you're serious and ready to change your life, we are welcoming you with open arms in our community. All right? My best students, this is the coolest part. You're going to meet two of my best students today. They're going to be here. They're here live. You'll see them. There are trainers now. There are coaches. There are profit mentors. They're in the system helping, training, teaching. That's how good they've become. Within months, they just joined us months ago, and now suddenly they've become experts. They've become the people pulling, calling the shots, and that's what's so cool. All right, why do I offer this help? I'm going to skip past this slide in the sense of, let me just pull it all up, and I'm going to share why with you, mano y mano, right now, you and I. Guys, when I started, 12 years ago, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I really didn't. All I had on my side was what I could see other people doing and a little bit of ego and arrogance. And I failed after failed after failed. At 18 months, I slogged away trying to make it happen, thinking I could do it on my own. 18 months, and I failed every time. I couldn't make a penny. I could not make $1 on the internet. 18 months I tried this. Finally, someone handed me a system, something that I was willing to open. I was so beat up, I was willing to open my eyes and listen. And I made my first $300. And I made that on the last night. It came down to the wire, 24 hours left to go. I was about to quit, and I made that the last night. Had I not made that $300 that night, I wouldn't be standing in front of you right now. I would never have been able to build a life of my dreams. So I'm very thankful for that person. I've thanked him many times. But he handed me something that was an actual official system, right? I don't want you to go through that. You don't need to go through that. I mean, if you want to, you're most welcome to. But I want to save you not just those 18 months, 12 years since then I've been fighting. I've almost died learning this program. I mean, at one point I went bankrupt. I lost everything. The whole program was dead. The whole system was dead, all because of me. It wasn't the program, wasn't the system. I wasn't doing it. I had to learn that the hard way. I really paid the price for it. And today I'm here to save you from all of that. That's why I offer my help. Let me help you. Let me do it. When I first started, my arrogance, my ego, and everything else didn't let me invest in myself. I was full of excuses. I had excuse after excuse after excuse. I don't have the money. I don't have this. I don't need that. Can I really do it? This won't really work. What about the other programs? The bottom line is, this works. I'm here. I'm standing right in front of you. I have nothing but your best interest in my heart. So let me help. Only you can make that decision, right? Only you can make that decision, but that's why I do it. Over 100,000 students, and what I've learned is the following. Your chances of success are far, 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 far greater. I say that with a lot of energy because it is true. If you follow a system and let someone hold your hands. That makes sense, right? You want to learn to ride a bike? Someone helped you. You want to lose some weight? You get a trainer. You want to get really good at a sport? You get a coach. You want to learn? You get a teacher. You want to learn to drive? You get someone to teach you how to drive. You don't just watch someone, grab the keys, go put it in the car, and go racing down the freeway. You can't do that. You'll kill yourself. Why is it any different here? Why would it be any difference with your online business? It's not. It's not. So let me help. Let us help. Let us hold your hands. Let us show you the way. You don't have much time to make that decision. Now is the time to make that decision. You need step-by-step instructions. We've got it. No fluff, only details, straight to the point, step by step. That's what I want to give you. That's why our students get results. Nice. Just training is not enough. Students need the team. Since we were born, we do everything as a team, from parenting to sports to school. We're trained to be in teams. We're trained to work together in a community. That word community is probably one of the most used words in our dictionary. Why is it any different? Why are you sitting at home trying to do this yourself when you don't have to? Right through that computer, you can be a part of the best community that's got proven results. I'm offering it to you. All right. Now, here's what you really need if you want to do this, and this is what Profit Academy offers you. First of all, world-class training, I should say, tested, proven, and step-by-step. Number 2, community and team. Your coaches, mentors, we call them profit mentors in our community, masterminding, networking, working together, all of that in one place. Number 3, the tools you need for success. Automation, done-for-you tools. All right, I'm talking about you want a database, an autoresponder, we'll give you 90 days for free. You want something that helps you build your opt-in pages? We'll do it for you. We'll give it to you. You don't even have to spend any money on that. After that, you're ready to sell your products? You want something that creates your sales pages, your sales videos? We'll give you that too. We've created all the tools that you need. They're sitting here. Why would you try to go out and do it on your own? Why would you look for it on your own? You don't need to. You just don't need to. All right, here's how I can help you today. I've built a system called Profit Academy, and it's for someone just like you. Okay, look, you could be a complete beginner, just starting, with no idea. You might be sitting on this page wondering, how the heck did I get here? Doesn't matter. Are you serious? Do you have a burning passion in your belly right here? You feel the need for change? Doesn't matter if you have experience or not. We've built this system for you. All right, and by the way, if you think you already know some stuff, if you're already out there making a little bit of money, I've got so much advanced training for you, it's going to knock your socks off. So unless you're making $10 million a year with your digital products the way I am, I've got something to share with you. I've got something to show you, something really powerful to show you. All right, I just want to walk you through real quick. I have fun doing this because I lose my voice and I run out of breath. Guys, 12 weeks of hand-holding. We'll give you assignments. Can I trick you into launching your business? Because I'll do that. I'll trick you into launching your business, one tiny assignment at a time. Profit Mentors full access, an autoresponder free, yours for 90 days. Take it, build with it, opt-in page builder. That means it builds your one-page websites. Videos, how to do everything step by step. The best affiliate programs, we found them for you. I'll give you open office hours so that you can actually communicate with our profit mentors and get help when you need it, how you need it. Now again, remember, this isn't a community. That means you are working with multiple people at the same time. That means there's a lot of people vying for that attention, and we try to make sure our profit mentors are true experts, so we don't go out and there hire 50 of them. We only hire those who are actually building their business. So always be patient with us, right? It'll take them a day or 2 or 3 days to get back to you with very specific questions, but we will work around the clock for that. I give you worldwide expert access. Do you know how many people I've had the privilege and the honor of knowing in my life now, having built the business that I have? I know the best experts when it comes to search engines, Google, Facebook, outsourcing, product building, consulting businesses, okay? How to build proper funnels, conversion, copywriting, video marketing. I can keep going. These people, some of these people aren't even accessible. They don't even teach. They're just experts that can be hired for $30,000, $40,000, $50,000. I bring them at your doorstep. Guys, we give you everything you need. All right, so number 1, the training, the full system, this is the only system of its kind. Let me tell you something. I've talked a lot about systems, right? There's only one other place I have found where you can actually go and get a full system that teaches you how to generate an income on the internet, that teaches you how to turn your passion, your information into a gold mine. Only one place that I have seen that, and that is in a franchise business. You can go right now and buy yourself a McDonald's, a 7-Eleven. You can buy yourselves, I don't know if you can invest in a Starbucks, but I'm sure you can. All these kinds of big companies, you can do that. Guys, they won't even talk to you for less than $100,000. And by the way, you're going to build a business that services a local area, and you're going to not only take a year to get going and make money, you're going to have a cap, a ceiling on that money. And that means, what's the point? You're going to spend all that money. I'm sure you'll make good money, but what if you could have a business that has no ceilings? Worldwide, open all the time. You don't have to go in at 9 a.m. to open the doors and unlock the door. You don't have to shut it down at 10 p.m. and go home all slogged and tired. You can do whatever the heck you want. You can be sitting on a beach and the business is open and the computer is running it for you. That's a real dream. It really happens, and you don't have to spend $100,000 to start the franchise. Unless you have the $100,000 and want to. That's up to you. All right, next is people go to get an MBA, right? Harvard MBA, $120,000. People think if I get an MBA, I'll be a businessman, a real businessman, all right? Nice suit, tie like I am right now, I'd be a nice businessman. I didn't go to Harvard. Guys, I have friends that did, and they're great, and they're smart, but they spent 2 years of their lives, went to Harvard, came out, and asked for a job. And they got a job. And those jobs maybe pay them $100,000 a year, $150,000 a year, $200,000 a year. They work about 16 to 18-hour days. They are owned by another person, and they have a cap, a ceiling, and they spent money. So they just spent money in a franchise or an MBA. You spend money to limit how much you can make. That doesn't make sense to me. Here I'm asking you, how would you like to have a business that allows to fit your life, gets you the freedom part of that financial freedom, not just the financial, that comes, who cares? That comes, all right? We make money, but freedom, doing whatever you want. That's a real business, guys. So this training and full system, 12 years in the making, guys, everything from setting up your entire business, writing killer emails, time to get traffic. We teach you exactly how to get traffic, launching phase 2. So we'll talk to you about how to research niches, build your products, build your funnels, all the bonuses for your conversion, getting the products created, I already said that, creating your sales material, getting up and live, doing your $1 million live rolling launch, building for long term. This is all broken down into structured training where we also offer you a coach. This is pretty killer stuff, guys, all in one place. If you total up the video step-by-step training, our weekly training coaching webinars, our assignment base where I trick you into launching your business one tiny assignment at a time, our live examples that you get to see us actually building a business as we build one, our instant profit system, which allows you to start generating a profit very, very quickly so that you can become a true believer. That's over $8,985 of value right there. I'm not even close to getting done yet. Number 2, community and mentors. Being part of a team, guys. How many times have you ever had the thought that said, if I could only ask this one question, if I could only ask this one question, I could move past this. Well, guess what? Ask away. You can ask your question because we built an entire community for it. Training alone is a waste. You need the hand-holding, and we're here to give it to you. We're here to give you the mentors that you need to succeed at that next level. Introducing our Profit Mentors. I love these guys. These are our students. These are individuals who've made it with us, have gone on to become huge successes, and they're coming back, and they're going to give back, and they're paying it forward by helping you out. I love them because they're coming back to help me, help you. These are real gems. These are the people that are going to help change your life, and that's awesome. So if you total up just the community part, full community forum, you can communicate with our Profit Mentors, our open office hours. That means you can actually get onto a webinar, maybe at 15, 20, 50, 30 of you at one time, and you have multiple Profit Mentors there, and you ask questions, and they answer them for you live. How cool is that? Well, we've actually spent the money, invested that capital, built the infrastructure to be able to do that. You get all the networking and mastermind facilitation and lifetime access to the community, by the way. Lifetime access. I'm not pulling the plug on you. You know, one of the questions we're getting a lot is people are saying, Anik, it's a 90-day program. What happens if it takes me more than 90 days? Nothing. We're still here. We're not going anywhere. Technically, yes, it's a 90-day program. But if you're taking action, you're succeeding, you really think I'm going to pull the plug on you? You really think I'm not going to be there to support you? We are still supporting students of ours from 18 months ago. Now, you got to be a good student. You got to take action. Don't come around every other week, ask us questions, and then don't implement it, and 2 weeks later have another one. You got to take action. The number one rule of being a good mentee is to do what you're taught and do what you're told. All right? We're not going anywhere, guys. Lifetime access to us. You can access the community from anywhere in the world, 24/7, the rest of your life. It's all good. All right. Now, number 3, full tools. Everything you need and automated technologies, guys. I've already went through this with you. You want to build your VSLs. You want to build your opt-in pages. You want an autoresponder where it stores your leads. Come on, I've at least got $2,000 of value here. I don't even know, probably a lot more than that. So if you just look at everything, guys, that's over $20,000 in real value. Absolutely everything that you need to turn your passion into $1 million. Profit Academy is the one-stop resource. I have to ask you, what is still holding you back? This is the day to make your decision. You and I have that commitment. You accepted the terms of that. You said the challenge is on. You will make a decision today. I've given you everything you need to be able to succeed. And if today you don't make that decision, tomorrow will be no different than today. You will have done nothing to disturb the current process that you're in. I always say, if you want tomorrow to be different, do something today that's different than what you did yesterday. And if you don't, nothing will change. This is really important. All right? That's over $20,000. So you know what? You've got 90 days. Change your life. You've got 14 days from the day we start the training and a few days left from now. Right? A few days from now, we'll start the training. You can make your first profits. What's holding you back? Because if you don't enroll now, 14 days from now, we're going to have a bunch of students who will be making their first commissions. 90 days from now, we're going to have people building their information empires, and you're still going to be sitting right where you're sitting right now. You're going to want to get into Profit Academy later, and we're not going to be able, we can't let you in. So right now is the time to make that decision. Opportunities don't come by all the time. Not this one, at least. All right? Samantha says, thanks to Onyx Profit Academy, I had one day where I did over $4,000. Amazing. Over $4,000 in a day. By the way, that was all profit, net profit, no expenses. I can't believe I quit my job finally. I have a list of over 10,000 subscribers, and it profits every day. That's from Ronnie. And guys, we get these all the time. All the time. All right? So it's fun. I love it. This is what makes my job so awesome. All right? This is what makes my job so awesome. When I get to shake hands with my students and I see them at events, when we invite them into our office, I love meeting them and hearing their stories and seeing their eyes light up when they see what they've become. And when they think back to when they maybe thought about not making that decision, when they were sitting in your shoes and they were thinking, do I do it or do I not? They say they think back to that moment and their hearts fall to the bottom of their stomachs. They get this bad feeling and they think, man, what if I didn't do that? What if I made the decision not to? Don't be that person. If you're ready to put the time in, the effort in, the energy in, and get coached and get a system delivered to you, if you're ready to be a part of that community where we coach each other, where one another, everyone works together, then become a part of the community. Make that decision. Do it now. All right? And of course, are you serious? Dead serious. Please don't do it if you're not, because it's just going to bring everybody else down. All right? So let's not do that. You got to be ready. You got to know, Anik, I'm going to do the work. I know there's work involved. I got to do an hour or two a day. I know I'm going to hit obstacles. I'm going to stay positive. I'm going to have faith and trust in the system, and I'm going to push forward. Then we're ready for you. All right. Officially opening now. Limited time. The classes they've already begun. But we're not starting the official schedule of the live training until a few days from now. So you've got a few days to make that decision and join. Otherwise, it will be too late. And they're only looking for select students. We're not looking for everybody. Okay, we're really only looking for select students. You have to qualify to be in the community. I've already given you the terms. It's up to you now. You tell me if you fit or you don't. And then, of course, we're going to be open for a very limited time. We have a few days left, and we will be done, and it won't be open anymore for anyone to be a part of. So here's what I did. I brought the team together. We argued for weeks, by the way, about what should be the investment required to join Profit Academy. I am offering you all of this. I've got to pay everybody for it, right? I've got to invest a lot of money into this. So how much do I charge back? Now, if I want to profit, the experts all came back and told me, look, Anik, a franchise or an MBA costs $100,000, and it comes with glass ceilings. It comes with money that you can't make more than a certain amount, right? So not only training, but we're giving you the community, the tools, and everything. Plus, we're not giving you a glass ceiling. So experts said, Anik, if you really want to make money at this, you're going to have to charge at least $19,997. I mean, that's going to allow you to do whatever you want in the world, with them. That'll allow you to scale. It'll allow you to bring on tons of profit mentors, and and it'll be very profitable for you. They said to me, it'll be super profitable. I thought, yeah, you're right. I gave it some good thought. Then I really sat down and thought about it. I said, man, when I was first starting, I didn't have $20,000. That was yeah, I can help a lot of people at $20,000, but I'm probably going to be helping people that don't really need the help that bad. I want to help the people that really need it. I want to make this information more accessible. So I demanded that we do better. And I went to my team and said, no, I'm not, let's make it so it's more accessible. And so what we actually came up with was we said, okay, what about $9,997 a year? Now that means they have to invest in it for a year. We expected our students to probably want to be a part of our program for at least 2-3 years. I mean, by then, you've either made it and you've graduated to our higher level programs, or you've not. I would hope you wouldn't stay around. So we thought, okay, we could split that $20,000 up, and we split it up into 2 different years, and we'll be all right. And that was kind of what we thought. All right, we'll put it out there, and we'll bring in a certain small number of students, and we should be fine. Then it's not 21 days. Now it's been about, it was from the time I'm talking to you, like 28 days, 29 days ago. And I woke up one morning right before I was getting ready to start this Profit Workshop series, and I thought, man, something's wrong here. If I publicly go out there and I'm going to talk about $9,997 a year, I'm not really making much of a statement. I mean, I'm not saying the right thing. I'm still mostly only helping those who don't need the help, And I thought, well, what can I do? So I really went back, and without ever really asking anyone, I started to crunch numbers. Okay, I crunched a lot of numbers. So this is where we were sitting, and I thought, okay, what I need to do is figure out how to move things around, call in favors, get costs down, and do whatever I can. But I was so stuck on still wanting to make a big profit. I wanted to make I'm a businessman, right? At the end of the day, obviously, I also sell information. This is my information. This is my information empire that I'm building right in front of you. And so I thought, I want to make a profit. So I was able to get that $9,997 down to like $4,997 a year. And my profit margin started to get really slim, but I was still profiting. And I thought, all right, well, that's okay. Then I thought, what if I was willing to get my margin down even more? So I went to $3,997, and now I know I can already see my operational team and my business team and everybody starting to get a little uneasy and thinking, no, we're not really making it worth our time. So I told them something that I laugh now, because I said, guys, what if we get rid of profit, right? Let's just think for a second here, okay? You go out, you succeed, you start doing well, you start sending me your stories, your testimonials, your case studies. I use that in my marketing, right? I'm a marketer in the end of the day. I know how to market. I need your stories. So your success is my success. I'm invested in your success. I need you to succeed. So I told them, I said, guys, here's the deal. Okay, we'll charge them $2,997 a year, and we won't make a lick of money in the first year, and we can make it in the second year, all right? And what's going to also happen, is if we do well by our students, they'll buy our other programs. They'll get our advanced training. So obviously this was not a favorite idea in the company, but I pulled the plug. I'm the guy that runs the show. I said, nope, I'm going to do this. I want to make a statement in the industry. We got to be the #1 place people come to build their digital publishing businesses. We want to be the online publishing place that people come to learn how to really make a difference in their life and in the lives of the world. We're going to charge $2,997 a year. Then I had a really interesting idea. So I don't make any profit in the first year on this. Well, very little, if anything at all. I'll have to really be good about my numbers. But I was going to stand to make profit like the second year. Then I thought, if I'm not making much profit right now anyways, what if I just got rid of the year? I just got rid of it. Well, then you're thinking, Anik, that is getting too good to be true. Where are you going to make your money? Well, here's the deal, guys. You're going to invest $2,997 today. You are either, by a year from now, going to be in a program that's more advanced and you will have graduated to the next level and succeeded, or I hope you won't continue on, right? So it doesn't make any sense. The second year, if my true profits lie in graduating you, having you make money and pay me for more advanced training using the money that you made, well, then I should just get rid of the per year and put you into more advanced programs. And I'll make my money there. But I'll get a great story out of you. I'll get a great case study. And what I told my team is I said, well, take that case study And maybe next year, we'll charge 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 10,000. We'll be able to charge more. We'll be able to make a profit while having great marketing and helping tons of people at the same time who need it, right? So we got rid of the year, and now it's available for just one-time payment of $2,997. And my favorite part is we broke it down for you to make it even easier. Today, you can start for as little as just $797. You can do a payment plan. It's a 4-payment plan. Today, you make your first payment. You make 3 more subsequently, $797. You could start right now for just $797. So let me ask you, for those of you who think, where do I get the money? Look around you right now. I bet you find at least 10 things around you that are more than $797. And when you needed those things, you went and found a way to make it happen, right? See, Bob Proctor, my mentor, has taught me one thing. He said, when people say they don't have the money, it's because they don't want it. It's because they have not made the decision to get it. See, when we decide to do something, we find the way to do it. Look around you again. Seriously, look away from the computer monitor right now and look around you. Maybe the computer you're sitting on. Everything in your life. There are so many things in your life that are more that you couldn't afford. But let me ask you something. Can you afford to pass this up if you're ready to become a digital publisher? If you're fully committed? If you're ready for a new life? Can you afford to pass this up? That's my question to you. Guys, that's not an excuse. Okay? If you make a decision, it'll happen. You've got to make the decision first. I've got a lot of special bonuses, and I've got a bunch of things coming up very soon. I'm not done yet. You know, I went back and I thought about it, but right now what I want you to do is I want you to go to goprofitnow.com. Go there right now. Stop thinking about it. It's time to make a decision. We both agreed on that before we started this segment, that you would make a decision. Make that decision now. Go to goprofitnow.com. Now, if you've got questions, if you need extra help, then what I need you to do is you see that little live chat bouncy button that's off the goprofitnow.com. When you go there, bottom right, you see a little bouncy live chat. Click it. You know, our profit mentors and our customer support team and our agents are sitting live right now. This isn't some outsourced team. These aren't people that these are people in the team. These are people in the know. A lot of them are building their own business right now. Go, talk to them. Get your questions answered. We're here, we're waiting for you. We are waiting for you live, because that's what we do. We want to help you make that decision. But guys, there is no more time to sit around and just keep thinking. That's what you did yesterday and the day before and the day before and the day before and the day before. Where are you sitting today? You're still watching me, looking for the next thing, looking for your new life, looking for financial freedom. You've got it right now, right here. You see that URL? GoProfitNow.com. Go there, and if we can help you by answering more questions, click on that button. But make that decision. Make that decision right now. Ask yourself, are you ready for a change? Opportunities don't come every day. They don't come easy. This is your chance. This is your time to make that decision. All right, if you want to change, you need to stand up. You need to take a stand. You need to do something different, and you need to make that decision. There's no risk here. There's no risk here. You keep watching. I'm going to do something that's going to completely shatter the risk altogether, destroy it. Okay? But there is no risk here. Guys, the risk is you not taking action. The risk is you not doing this. Let me ask you. You're going to come back maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after tomorrow. We've shut down. And we're not taking any more students, maybe for up to a year. What are you going to do then? That's the risk. Right now you've got the opportunity. If you're serious about this, let us help change your life. Do it. Seriously. All right, guys, the true unfair advantage. I sat down and I really thought to myself, what can I do to make this program so incredible? What would I have used when I was little? 12 years ago. What could I have used when I was little in the industry, when I was just starting off in the industry? I struggled for 18 months. 18 months I fought. What could have someone given me during that time to make my life easier? And that was when I decided, you know what? I want people to be jealous of you. I want people to look at you and say, that guy's a Profit Academy student. Of course he's going to be successful. That's what I want. That's what I wanted to create. So I decided to put things in that other people would call me crazy for. And they are, by the way. They've called me nuts for. I had a call with a very good friend of mine and a mentor just recently, and he called me nuts. He said, it's the craziest thing that you could do is offer this one bonus I'll offer you at the very end. Some of you may have already seen it, but it scares me, to be honest with you. It really does. I need your success to be inevitable. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to make Profit Academy the #1 source, the #1 place to go. I'm scared of what I'm about to do, and I want to prove to you. I'm doing this because I want to prove to you that you are my #1 priority. I want to help, if you'll let me. Okay? So, bonus #1, worldwide expert access. That means I'm going to go out. I'm going to do these 5 virtual workshops. Okay, I'll show them to you right here. Outsourcing Mastery, Traffic Jedi, Product Bootcamp, Conversion Specialist, and $1 million launches. In addition to all the training you're already getting with Profit Academy, I'm going to add these private workshops. These are weekend-long workshops you take right from your home. You see that computer you're looking at me through? That's where you're going to sit. No travel, no hotel, nothing. I'm going to bring people from all over the world. Outsourcing, I'll bring the top experts all over the world to your doorstep to teach you. I want you guys to understand that these workshops are worth well over $997 a year. Some of the experts in these workshops charge up to $3,000 an hour. Okay, if you just come to all 5 of them, that's at least a $5,000 value. I'm paying for all the experts on your behalf, putting the whole thing together. All you have to do is click a button, click a link, open up the workshop on your computer and take notes and become a master at every one of these topics. All right? Next, bonus #2, copy and paste business models. You know what I did is I went out and I took 3 of my niche businesses and I shut them down. Here's why. A lot of people say to me, can I see an example? And I think, well, I don't have an example. I mean, if I had one, I would have already put it up and be making money from it. Can I see an example of a product? Can I see an example of a sales video? Can I see an example of an opt-in page? Sometimes I'm shy to give away mine, right? Because I'm scared. It's usually what happens when you put it out there, people start ripping it off. People start copying it. So I thought, you know what? The reason I'm scared of giving it to somebody is because I'm scared someone will copy it, and that means they'll take money from my pocket. So what if I just shut it down? What if I don't have anything in it? There's no skin in the game. I have no money to make from it. That'll work. So I shut 3 of my businesses down. And what I've done is I will give them to you to copy and paste. Now, you cannot copy and paste them. That would be copywriting. It's wrong, and I don't like that. But if you can change the words, you can see a live example how to do it. That's like walking into a McDonald's and having somebody say, here's how we run all of our systems. Here's the blueprint. Here's how we make the fryer go. Here's how we fry the burger patties. Here's where we get our buns from. This is how much we make. This is where the money goes. This is the services we use. Could that help you? Could you go out and then create your own product? You bet your butt you can. I shut down 3 of my businesses to just help you be able to do that. Guys, I want you to understand that my existing Profit Academy students who were in the beta program did not have any of this. I'm going to choose the best niches for you and hand them to you so that you know which niches are the best. I'm going to give you the best affiliate programs in all those niches. I'm going to create product outlines in many of the niches and hand them to you. You can keep the product outline or you can create your own. When it comes to phase 1, I'm doing everything you need to do. I'm giving it to you. If you can change some of the words, you're off to the races because I'm even writing your first year's messages. Okay? I'm giving you opt-in pages and a builder that you can use to modify those pages. I'm even going to show you sample product funnels that we call our 5X product funnels that you can alter. So in phase 2, yes, I can't just do it for you. That's impossible. But I'm giving you a massive head start. I'm doing live examples that you can just use and copy and paste. All right, I'm not done yet, guys. That's okay. So what's that worth? I don't know. I always hate this value game. I do it because, I like to show you what you need to see visually what I'm giving you and how much it's worth. But, I shut down 3 of my 6-figure businesses. What is that worth? But, all right, what is it worth to you? You tell me. All right, bonus #3, 90 days access to our support line. Guys, we have our profit mentors ready to go. We've created a really cool system within our site where it allows you to submit questions, and we will give you personalized answers back from experts who know that topic. This is really costing me a lot of money. Now, this is limited to 90 days because I can't fund it forever, especially not at $2,997. I'd have to go back to my $10,000 price point. But for 90 days, we're going to have people. So we have specific profit mentors that are going to be assigned to the forum to make sure that community is going. We have specific profit mentors assigned to our weekly coaching, specific ones assigned to our open office hours, and we have some assigned to this Q&A bank where you can submit a question and get a personal response. What else can we possibly do, right? Seriously. Bonus #4, penny click mastery. I've brought on one of the most profound traffic experts you'll ever find. I met this guy recently. Well, it's been about a year now, and I was shocked when I met him. I had no idea that he was going to turn out to be one of the leading traffic experts in the world, and he has mastered a system that allows him to get traffic for a penny a click. That means you could be getting opt-ins for as little as 2 to 3 cents. I mean, that's nothing. It's hard not to make money on that kind of traffic. Well, he's going to show you exactly what he does. You know, I actually went out and paid him $50,000 to teach me how to do this. That's the only way I could get his attention, because he doesn't teach it. He's not a trainer. He's not a coach. I've twisted his arms. Luckily, he's a very nice guy, and he's agreed to come on. And I asked if you could look in while he teaches, and he said yes. He's going to run some extra training sessions just for you. That's part of this bonus program. Bonus number 5, live events. Let me just show you pictures of our live events, by the way. We put on quite a show. Twice a year, we go to Las Vegas, and just check out what I'm showing you here. This is the kind of energy in the room. This event had 700 people. Our next event is going to have about 1,000 people at the event. Guys, it cost me more than $300,000 to run my next event that's coming up. $300,000 that I'm going to invest. And how about, I do 2 of these a year, right? How about if I give you lifetime access to come into my events for free? I've never done that before. That's huge. I mean, I'm going to basically be spending $600,000 a year putting on events, if not more. You and a guest can come for free. You can bring somebody with you, a business partner, a colleague, your wife, your husband, or someone who you just want to teach about the program. And you're going to be full with a room of about 1,000 plus online digital publishing experts who we are teaching from. I've flown in people from all over the world, the best masters from Singapore, Canada, US, UK, Australia, you name it. We get people from all over the world to come teach you. And you don't have to pay a penny for it for the rest of your life. Imagine just coming to 5 events. I mean, that would be worth $5,000 in a heartbeat. These events are sold for $1,000, $2,000. We don't pitch you, by the way. These events don't have anyone selling anything to you. The speakers come and they teach. That's it. Isn't that cool? And you get to come and you might leave with new masterminds, business relationships, networks, friends. God knows you could leave with anything. All right. Now, bonus number 6 is one of my favorites. I talked to you earlier about a great traffic exchange we've built. I'll give you the opportunity to get up to $500 in free traffic from it. Up to $500 in free traffic. I've also built an affiliate exchange. It's not active yet. It doesn't need to be. Your product is going to take you at least the next 60 days to build. But by the time you're ready and your funnel and your process is up, we will help you get affiliates to promote your product. I told you the power of one is what unlocked my $500,000 business. I told you power of one is what unlocked my $3.2 million business. I've done the power of one for you. We will automate that as much as possible so that you also don't have that risk factor of not having your first affiliate. And so I want to take a moment here and I want you to really think about everything I'm doing, how committed I am to you, how much I believe in your ability to do this. This is the only program you're ever going to need. I'm spending money on your behalf to bring all of this to you. Guys, if you really want to get into the value game, lifetime total value of this is well north of $55,000. I would go to argue that if you tell me, or if the market and the world tells me that franchises are worth $100,000, then this program is worth $250,000, okay? Because you don't have ceiling limits. You don't have to invest up to 2 years of your life learning how to basically make a capped income. In Profit Academy, I need you to give me 90 days. You get full mastery in 90 days. Again, what's that worth to you? Why do you want to spend 2 years, 1 year of your life only to come out with a ceiling when you can spend 90 days of your life to do whatever you want? Live a life of your dreams. Build pure financial freedom, right? Just one time, tiny investment of $2,997, or start today for your first payment as low as $797. Guys, go to, I'm going to come back to this. I will talk about the refund policy in a second. Go right now. Now, you see this URL right here? It's right here. GoProfitNow.com. Go to GoProfitNow.com. Go. Make that decision, please. You got questions? We're happy to field them for you. Go there. There's a little bouncy. It just sits there, bounces at the bottom. It's kind of cute. It says live chat. Click on it. All right? And someone from our team live will speak to you. This is not some outsourced support. It's not a sales team. There's no pitch, no hard, nothing. We want to help you make a decision. That's all I'm asking. Today, when I started the session, I said, make a decision. Decision action, results. If you decide not to do it, that's okay. I'm not going to be offended. Okay? Maybe we'll meet at another time. But if you decide to do it, what's holding you back? Why are you still waiting? Go to goprofitnow.com and let's do it. Let's get started. Now let's talk about the refund policy. All right. So first, I'll say this. 30 days, absolutely, full money back. You've got it. We don't want to keep your money. If you're unhappy, we don't deserve to keep your money, and we won't keep your money. Unconditional, no questions asked, 30 days. Take it. Now, can we talk about refunds for a second? Why do you want a refund? Why make that your first question when you're joining a program? Why? Okay? You're not here to get a refund. You're not here to waste your time or mine or anybody's. You came to this page, you are watching this video because you want to change your life. It's because you really want to make an impact. You want freedom. Let me give it to you. Let me help you get it. Okay? If you're not able to make it work, let's talk unlimited support until you succeed. Let's not talk a refund. If you're coming into this with that mentality in mind already, that you want a refund, then let me tell you something. Don't invest. It's not for you. Your mind is still not in the right place. So don't come asking this question. Okay? We're here. We have it. The policy is there. And if you really want it, we won't say no. We won't fight with you. We won't ask questions. Nothing. Can you let me do this, though? Because what I really want is your success story. That's where I'm looking for. I'm not making that much money on this. I want your success story. So let me help you become successful. Okay? GoProfitNow.com. Go there, guys. Let's make a decision. You've got very little time left. So go right now. Now, if you've got a question, remember, we've got agents waiting live at GoProfitNow.com. Live chat, bouncy button. It's bouncing like this, bouncing around. Click it. Ask us a question. Now, I'm getting, of course, every time I say this, I get messages from my team. I'm getting live messages that says, we're slammed. Because I don't have thousands of people there, guys. I only have the people that matter, the people that can really answer your questions, that are into my team, that work with me, that have learned this and done it and built it and have felt it and touched this business model. Please be a little patient. Let them get to you. We're going to get to you. If you want, just wait a few minutes. Or, come on, man, let's take some action. Go to GoProfitNow.com. Let's do it. Okay, we're going to ask questions every day. Yesterday you were asking questions. The day before that you were asking questions. And 3 days ago you were asking questions. I want you to change your life. And that's going to be only when you make a decision and take action. Stop being indecisive. All right, stop. I was listening to someone recently talk, and this is a leader. I was listening to a CEO who was giving a speech on stage, and he was talking to his employees. Okay, it was a big event. I was watching a stream. I wasn't there. And he said something to his employees. He said, you all may not like the decisions I make. You may not agree with what I say. You may not agree with what I do. But in the end of the day, I have to fill a position here. I have to make decisions. And he said, I can be anything but indecisive. So today, make a decision, because you can be anything but indecisive. The only way to make your life worse than where you are today is by being indecisive. Even if you make the wrong decision, okay, it's better than not making a decision. Now today, the wrong decision you can make is to sit by and not do this. Is to sit by and not go to GoProfitNow.com. You've got to go there and make the decision and join, because we're not going to be around for a long time. We're closing down very, very soon, all right? Now, look at absolutely everything you guys are getting here, all right? Full training system, video coaching, step-by-step, community and mentorship, profit mentors, the networking, full automated tools, worldwide expert access, which is 5 virtual workshops, copy and paste business models to give you a fast start, which means we've done a lot of the work for you. We hand it to you. 90 days access to unlimited support using our Q&A bank system online, penny click mastery, lifetime access to our live events in Vegas or wherever they are, and that's a great bonus, guys. You have no idea how much that would change your life. What changed my life and finally had me making money initially was the fact that I went to a live event. It was a breakthrough for me. We'll give you the student traffic exchange. I'll give you up to $500 in free traffic at the traffic exchange. And I'll give you the affiliate exchange, which means we'll help you get your power of one. We'll help you recruit your first affiliate. And now I've got 2 more things that I'm going to do for you that I've actually done. I did this on the live training workshop 1 and 2. And I'm very scared of doing it. I don't like doing it because it scares me, but it's been such a huge hit. And I'm going to do it anyways. I'm going to do it again. I'll give you one last, final, absolutely not repeated after this opportunity to basically get a, well, let me just skip right to it. You guys ready for this? You have 10 minutes. I've never done this before, okay? So in addition to all the bonuses I'm already giving you, I'm going to give you a private call with me. Now, there are terms and conditions that are here. And I'm going to start the 10-minute counter in just a second, all right? Just a second. So it'll be right here. You'll see it. Ooh, it's kind of fun.
Talk about when I was little, my mom,
right here, there's something else there now.
Wanted me to be.
So right where you saw that little thing pop up and there was a little editing issue, but you got to do two things. You have to take action today and right now and in this time, okay? Second, you got to go through the 90-day program, okay? You have to go through it. It started. I can actually look at a monitor. 90 days, you got to do the program. You got to show us that you've taken action, and if you show us that you've taken action, once you've got your business up and running, I will personally come in and I'll help you get it to the next step. Now, during that time, you've got access to the whole community and everything else, but guys, I am very scared of offering this. I rarely offer this. Well, actually, I've only offered it ever on the Profit Training Workshop #1 and #2. And #1, I thought I'll never do this again. It was such a huge hit. We were getting inundated with people asking about it on #2. I did it again. And all right, #3, it's one final opportunity. Obviously, this is our final workshop. We're closing in 3 days, so I can't even extend this too long if I wanted. This is it. Time to make a decision. Go to goprofitnow.com and you will, apply. You will get, you can basically get a call with me. But you've got to go through the program. You got to go through the program, and I'll help you, guide you. Once you're through it, out the other end, you got your product. You want to get some affiliates going. You want to get some more traffic going. You want to start making money. I will get in there. I'll give you a call, and I'll do whatever I can for you. All right? Total value, $2,997. I don't know what my time's for. I don't do that. I never sell my time. I've never, I don't do consulting on an hourly basis. So I have no idea. This could be worth $10,000. It could be worth $3,000. I've had students that get time with me on a phone and go on to make, and I don't charge them for it. It's just because they're doing awesome. So I get on the phone with them and they go on to make $1 million after that. So what is that? Does that mean my time's worth $1 million? I have no idea. All right. And this is one of the students, by the way. He says, the day I decided to work with Anik and his team was one of the best decisions I ever made. Rittabansi has gone on to make over $4 million since starting from India. We've had students like this left, right, and center. We got 2 students who are here in the studio, and they're coming up very soon, so stay tuned for that. Now, the next thing, this is the last thing, and this is the opportunity for you to make that decision, the last final opportunity for you to make that decision. Guys, as long as you follow each of the steps over the 90 days and you complete every assignment we give you, that's why I told you, qualifier here is you have to be willing to do the work. You have to be willing to spend time every day to change your life. But if you do it and you've not made at least $3,000 profit in your first 90 days and you've done all the steps, you've earned all the badges in the community, and you can show us that you did it exactly like we teach you, I will buy back your business from you at double what you invested so that you are guaranteed to make $3,000. Now, the only catch, people say, what's the catch on it? I'll be very transparent. I have nothing to hide here. The only catch is you have to do what we show you. Okay, you can't just linger around for 90 days, do nothing, and come back and say, oh, I want double my money back. That doesn't work. You got to show us that every week you were there for the training, you spoke to the Profit mentors, you got the help, you earned the badges, you did these assignments, and you show them to us. Only then do we know that you put the honest, full faith effort in. And if the truth is, if you've done that, you're going to make a lot more than $3,000. So I don't have to worry about it, right? I don't really have to stress about it. Right? So you can see it's a great guarantee. It takes all the risk off of you, but at the same time for me it's not a big deal because I know that if you've done the process, you're going to have earned more than this. So I can offer to give you this guarantee. The catch here is the real question for you guys is, are you going to do it or not? Are you going to do the process? And if you are, good, great. Go to goprofitnow.com, make that decision, let's do it. You've got 6 minutes before my private call expires, and this has to be the last time I offer this, because this is the 3rd and final Profit Workshop training, and we are only open for another 3 or 4 days until we close down. And I can actually tell you, so yeah, like less than 4 days, and we're closed forever. And honestly, we may close before that. We could. Just depends. Just depends. All right? Absolutely no risk, guys. Only profit. I've removed all the risk from the plate. This is really, really important. All right, so it's time to make a decision. Opportunities like this don't come every day. You and I made a commitment to one another. You accepted my challenge. You said, yes, I will make a decision by today. What is it? Have you decided to take control of your life and move forward? We're right here. I'm not going anywhere, guys. 12 years I've been doing this. Go Google my name. Look at it. I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here to help you. I'm putting my foot forward towards you. You've got to put one forward towards me. All right? When I come closer to you, you've got to come closer this way. You've got to take the final step right here. GoProfitNow.com. You've got to go there and get ready to start. All right? Fill in that form. Let's get going. Before we close down, save your seat, and then you're all ours. We'll work with you. All right? There's no risk. Guys, look at everything you're getting. Over $55,000 in value right now for a one-time payment of $2,997. That's it. One-time payment of $2,997. You get the call with me, the double money back guarantee. So right now, you can start with $797. I'll still give you your 30-day money back guarantee. I don't like it. I think it's a stupid thing to want, to need. You don't want a refund. You want successful life. You want unlimited support. But it's here, and I will give it to you, and we always honor it if we ever need it. All right? GoProfitNow.com. We've got 4 minutes. 4 minutes for you to make a decision. Guys, at the end of that 4 minutes, I'm going to be bringing on our next guest. Our guest has done over $1 million, okay? Well over $1 million. He's actually coming to the point of now crossing $1 million a month. A month in sales. This year, we are expecting him to do over $10 million. He started a few years ago. He's going to walk you through what he did the first year, second year, third year, and how he just grew. And there is no stop to his growth. He's been growing faster and faster and faster and faster. And he's here to share with you what he did. How can you do that? Now, everything comes with the income disclaimer. You've got to know we are making no official commitments to you on this. We're not saying because he's doing it, not all results are typical or whatever that statement's supposed to be. Your results may be different and will vary from what you're seeing. I got to put all that out there, guys, because I want to be clear with you. I'm not trying to lie. I'm not trying to make it seem like you come in here, click a button, and you make millions of dollars. This guy has worked hard. He's put the time in. He's put the energy. He's followed the system. He's done it to the T. And he continues to make it better and better. He learns. He does more. He's aggressive. He takes action. See, the decision was very short for him. He did that quickly. Then he took action even quicker. And now he keeps taking action, and the results speak for themselves. Guys, you got to go to GoProfitNow.com. We have less than 3 minutes for you to make that decision. What's holding you back? Make the decision. This is the final opportunity. The final opportunity. We have less than 4 days before we close down. This is the last training workshop. I will not be running any more of this for a long time to come. This is your opportunity. Go to GoProfitNow.com. GoProfitNow.com. That's the URL. Go there. If you have a question, there's a bouncy little live chat button. Click it. Ask your question. We're happy to help you. We're happy to answer that question and make that decision before the next 2 minutes is up. Don't wait around. Stop asking questions, by the way. Stop being indecisive. Cut it out. Okay? If you're sitting there and you're waiting around, you're going to miss this 2-minute mark. And what's your question going to be? It's going to be something you know the answer to already. You know it. You know the answer. So I'm challenging you here to make a decision. I'm not going anywhere. My team's not going anywhere. We've been here. We've changed lives. I've brought the students in front of you. I'm bringing more of them in front of you. We are right here to support you, help you. I've taken a lot of time, a lot of energy, and even more money to put together the best digital publishing training center you've ever seen that can take someone from not knowing what digital publishing even means to being a very successful digital business owner. We've got 1.5 minutes left. 1.5 minutes. Right there you can see 1.5 minutes. Let's get started. Come on. Seriously. Go to GoProfitNow.com. Make that decision. Claim your private call with me. Claim your double your money back guarantee. Claim your 5 workshops. Claim your penny click mastery, the training, the community, the lifetime of live events in Las Vegas with us. The example business models we're going to hand you, whether it be the opt-in pages or whether it be the actual products. We're doing as much. There is nothing else I could think of that we could do for you. Right? So you're getting everything. You've got exactly 50 seconds right there. If you see, go to goprofitnow.com. Go there before our next guest comes on, because the minute our next guest comes on, this offer will have once and all expired, and this is the last time I can actually offer it, because this is the last, third and final profit workshop. So guys, let me look over there. We've got 30 seconds left. 30 seconds left for you to make that decision. Come on, let's go there. Let's do it right now. I can't wait to work with you. I'm looking forward to working with you. I want to help you change your life. I want to help you achieve financial freedom. This is the moment you change your life. 10 seconds. 10 seconds left. 8, 7, 6. GoProfitNow.com. Go there this very instant. Time is officially up. If you've loaded the page before that counter went down, you can still do it, but it's as long as that page is still up. All right? Okay, guys, let's bring on our next guest here, and he's going to talk to you about what the experience has been like going through our training and learning the system, right? He never even had 10% of what you have. He's never had access to the kind of community, the kind of training, the kind of tools that you today are being given, handed over to you. So it's going to be a lot of fun to see what he has to say and what he has to say to you. And I'm going to be asking him a lot of the questions that I know you've been asking. Our next guest, his name is Mr. Jimmy Kim. He's a good friend of mine. He's a great success story. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to play a quick little video. And that video is going to introduce you to him and show you, by the way, his dream house that he just bought using the profits he generates from this very system.
Talk about when I was little, my mom, coming from an Asian family, wanted me to be a doctor, a lawyer. That's just the typical, American dream, right? Hey, welcome, come on in. Well, one of the things that I used to always say as a child was, I'm gonna make more money than any lawyer or doctor will ever do. Watch me. And that was kind of like my saying to them. And they always said, oh yeah, laugh it off. And fast forward here at the age of 33, I am making more money than any doctor or lawyer that you're gonna find. Well, I'll take it back. I'm not making more than any doctor or lawyer, but most, 95% probably easily, if not more. I started my life as in the car business. When I was 16, I started washing cars, and from 16 through the age of about 27, I washed cars and I moved my way up the ranks, and I did well for myself. It wasn't like I didn't do well. But the problem was I actually worked so many hours. I had a very small social life as well. So I started there and I worked really hard to do it. It wasn't until about 6 years ago that I really kind of broke out and decided I'm done with this, done working the 9-to-5 grind and wanted to do my own thing. And I turned to the internet to do that. Internet marketing was never something that I ever thought about. I knew about it, I knew what it was, but I didn't really know what it was. So it comes back with meeting a good buddy of mine, Anik. I met him in Las Vegas and we kind of hit it off and we became friends. I didn't know what he did, I didn't know who he was. All I knew was he was a good friend, he lived locally, and we used to hang out. One day I kind of asked him, I said, what do you do? And he said, I do this internet marketing thing. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, are you sending spam? Or are you just like scamming people? Like those are the things that come to your head when you think about internet marketing. And he started teaching me and telling me about it. Now, we were friends for I think about 2 years before I even thought about asking him. But one day I just kind of turned to him and said, hey man, I'm really tired of my job. I work really hard and I need to know what you do and if you can teach me. I was at it for about 2, 3, 4 months maybe. It's been a while, so I'm not 100% sure, but it was been a couple months, 3, 4 months of just grinding at it, working at it, following the process, following the steps that were taught to me, that it worked. It finally just clicked one day and it just made sense in my head. I applied it and it just started making money. Now, I'll tell you one thing, the difference between now and then is back then we didn't have as good education with affiliate marketing as there is now. Back then I kind of had to piece together my thing. Now, what Anik has been teaching in the last couple years actually to me has been like, if I had that, I would have done it in weeks, not months. Well, my life looks like this. It's really, really simple. I wake up when I want to wake up. I do what I want to do. I go on vacations as I want to go on vacations, but I do live a structured life. I still try to work as a normal 9-to-5 job because it does take dedication to build your business. If I just worked it, I know I could live a very stable, flat line, but I'm looking to grow every day. So I'm always looking for bigger things. It really comes down to this. Anybody can do this, but what the biggest thing is, there's 2 things in my opinion that it takes. 1, you got to believe in yourself. You got to be able to believe that you can take that leap. And then 2 is to take action. Okay? Nothing's gonna happen if you don't take the leap of faith. You gotta take the leap of faith. You gotta be willing to invest in yourself. You gotta be willing to put the time in and you gotta work hard at it. So these are things that are, obviously hard to do when it comes to it, because a lot of people have a mental block when it comes to these things. They're not thinking, oh, I can do this. They're always thinking the negative side of things. Take the negative out of your mind. Put the positive in your mind. Know that you can do it. Know that you have the correct teacher. You have the correct attitude and the correct training to do it, and that's all you need. And you can get it done. Anybody can do it.
All right, everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the show. Guess who I've got with me? Mr. Jimmy Kim. How are you, sir?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
How
you
what's
doing?
Going on? Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it, and I'm sure everyone else does too. I've kind of told everyone about the history that we have here. I told you, right? He was one of my friends, one of my very close friends, and I've always found it harder to actually teach friends and family. So I always say that he was able to become successful despite being family and friend. So Jimmy, tell us a little bit about your background, where you come from before this, because I remember how freaking hard you used to work.
Well, we always talk about this background because it's always kind of funny to talk about. So back, I guess now 6, 7, 8, I don't even know how long ago it was, but when I was younger, when I was a young little lad, right? I used to be in the car business. I started off washing cars, and I kind of moved my way up through the ranks in the car business, and I was very good at what I did. But the problem was I used to work 60 to 80 hours a week, and that's actually when I met Anik. I was working my butt off. I mean, I went through the kind of like the cycles. I learned from the bottom and went all the way to the top, and it was actually, it was really fun. I'm a motivated guy. I love doing what I do, and I try to do the best I can when I do anything I do. It's because I take action. That's really what it really comes down to. But it was I think 2008 that I met Anik, and I was just like, went back there and I was like, we met in Vegas actually. We both had this thing. It was actually really funny. I talked about this on that live webinar casting thing that we did the other night. And basically, we go on these guys trip every year, and Anik kind of ended up being there, and I never met Anik, and we kind of like really just connected. So we became really good friends, but we weren't working together or anything. And the really fun thing is, when I first asked Anik, hey, Anik, what do you do for a living? I mean, I see your cars, I see you travel, I see you live the life, but what do you do? And he goes, I do internet marketing. And I'm like, what's that? Like, do you just spam us? Do you email us? Like, I'm not really sure, like nobody really thinks. And I'm sure you had the same thought. I mean, your audience out here is probably going to think the same thing about that. Like when you tell someone you do internet marketing, it's a very vague statement, right? Mm-hmm. But what you've done with Profit Academy, of course, it really kind of brings it together, right? Anyways, let me go back. So we talked and stuff like that, and I think it was April 2009. Him and I said, you know what? I'm going to give up this job. I'm making 6 figures in that job, but I'm going to give it up, step back, and do something that's going to make me proud. I want to work less, which ironically I actually ended up working more, I think. But initially, at least, I was working more. But, I stuck back and I said, you know what? I'm just going to give it up, take action, and do it. So it was 2009, and fast forward through those years, I've kind of like started picking up. I mean, it didn't come instantly, but I mean, once I kind of learned the process and the basics and I just started doing it, I started making money. It was really cool. And when I saw my first, I still remember, I wish I still had that check, like everybody has that check picture. Unfortunately, I don't have one. I feel like I should go get another check real quick, like a really small one, and hold it up and pretend it was me, maybe. But anyway, so fast forward, like, went from 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13. I mean, I had huge growth every year. Every year I grew at least a minimum 100% to 200% of growth every year in my business. I mean, in 2014, this year, I mean, I just went through my tax thing with my CPA and all that stuff. And, I crossed over the $4 million mark last year. $4 million in net profits I'm talking about, right? I mean, if we look at my actual net gross sales, I think I did like $10 or $12 million last year, which was absolutely incredible, like.
Wait, so I thought you were going to do over $10 million in sales this year.
No, I'm actually on pace to do something like 16 to 18 million this year.
Wow,
so,
that's pretty crazy.
I mean,
that's incredible.
It's March now, right? It's March now,
Yeah.
and we just flipped into March, and I haven't done it, but I'm setting myself in the pace. I mean, my pace is right there right now, but
Wow.
I have more projects to do. Obviously I have other things I'm working on. I should do that minimum, and I would be upset if I didn't do it at the minimum right now, because I just, once you start getting that snowball roll, it's over. It just goes,
Yeah.
So there's my little story condensed without taking up too much of your time. But basically, I kind of like, I took exactly what Anik is teaching in this Profit Academy. Basically, when Anik came to me and said, hey, I'm making this course, Profit Academy, I was just like, oh, cool, I didn't really think anything of it. And he showed me the course outline, and I just kind of read through it, like kind of skimmed through it really fast. And I was just like, wow, it's kind of like everything I do in my business every day. All in this nice, easy, handed to you paperwork. It's something that I learned. I mean, I learned the basics from Onyx, and then Onyx kind of taught me along the way. But it was like Onyx knowledge dump right in the palm of your hands. I kind of read through it, and I said, you know, Onyx, if I had this back 5-6 years ago, I would have been making a lot more money sooner. I wouldn't have failed so much. You know, that's the truth. I wouldn't have failed as much. I would have succeeded faster and grown faster. So that's kind of how I look at it with that. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
I wish I had it.
Yeah.
I wish I had like 10% of it. It took me 18 months and I didn't make anything. So, okay, so that's all good. It's all rosy. And I don't like anyone, if you're watching, I never want you to think that we're saying there's no work involved or they don't have to do anything or that, oh my God, the money just comes to you. First of all, I have to repeat, there's the income disclaimer. Jimmy is doing great. I didn't even realize. I mean, he's a good buddy of mine. And I didn't realize that you're on track to do 16, 18 this year. I thought you said you were on track to do 10. That's crazy. But this is what can happen, okay? My business is this year on track to do about 20. So I started 12 years ago. Jimmy started like half that, and he's caught up to me. And that sucks for me because it's like, man, I have to sit here and figure out the system and I teach it to other people and they're going to do faster, bigger things. I mean, but that's great. I love it. I really do. But of course, the income disclaimer being, remember, he's doing it because he works hard and he puts the system into action and he does what he knows is going to work, right? You have to put the work in. There's no button. There's no magic button that you could, you know, click and then it just happens. All right, so Jimmy, let's talk about obstacles. So can you share with us, you know, what is an obstacle? What is something that got in your way? Because a lot of the people watching right now are thinking about joining and they're going to get started on their new entrepreneurial career very soon. A lot, by the way, a lot. I mean, I'm getting names of all the people that have joined. We've got a lot of people and, you know, pouring in right now, which is good because we're only open for a few more days. But what are some of the obstacles you faced that you could kind of, you know, let them in on beforehand? And I mean, a lot of those we've already addressed, but what are some that you've?
Well, you know, it's really interesting because I was looking at your obstacles and I was kind of like, what are the obstacles that I had? Well, there was a couple obstacles, right? First of all, technology. Let's face it, everybody has technology obstacles, and technology is not easy. When I came out into this space, I wasn't into technology either. I mean, technology was nothing that I knew. I mean, I knew how to do the basics behind a computer. I used to turn it on, browse the web. I mean, the same thing. But you know, what you learn really fast is you don't need to know the technology. You have people that can do the technology for you, or you can outsource the technology, right? That's the beauty of it, right? With internet marketing, you just need to have the idea and the passion to do it, right? That was kind of like one of the big things. So in Profit Academy, what was really cool is you're giving away everything. Like,
well, I'm laughing. Sorry to interrupt you, but for those of you watching right now, you can outsource a lot of the technology work to Jimmy. Because one thing I didn't even share with you, and I was saving this, but Jimmy is the CEO of SendLane. And I'm actually also a part equity owner, and that's the company. We're giving 90 days free to all of you as an autoresponder. Now, granted, you can go out and get another autoresponder, and it's not like money-wise a huge deal, but how about team-wise? How about, you know, knowing that a couple of the top email marketers in the world have built this platform. So we've built it for exactly what is good for them. We've built it exactly what they need.
We're always proud to say we're digital marketers that built a platform for digital marketers. Exactly.
And I think what's really key here is that all of us are pretty accessible, right? We're not some $100 million, $200 million, $300 million company that you can't reach and you have to talk to some customer support rep. Or what's really key here is you're looking at and sitting across of the guy who runs SendLane, and that's going to become one of the greatest tools of your business. And it's done, and he's the pioneer, by the way, behind the whole opt-in page builder inside the system. So now, for phase one, what technology?
Well, there isn't any.
There isn't. I mean, you're using the system.
Besides SendLane and autoresponder, I mean, with the autoresponder and opt-in, and then you've got Clickonomy. I mean, you kind of like took it and just squashed technology.
Yeah, for phase one at least, definitely.
Phase one, I mean, you don't have to worry about domains or hosting at that point. With SendLane, we give you everything that you need. So if you look at that, I mean, you're just clicking. I mean, if you can click a mouse and put some words in, it really, there's not much more to it, and drag and drop. I mean, we've made it as simple as possible just because I remember when I was a newbie, and that is kind of how I related when we built the UI between the partners and I. So back to your question, right? So we had technology, right? Second one's always yourself, right? We always talk about that. You are your worst enemy. I mean, that's always the truth when it comes down to it. If you can't take action and do what you want to do and kind of get over that hurdle. And like, you know, buying the course is one thing, right? If you join Profit Academy, that's great. But you know, if you just buy it and put it on the shelf, nothing's gonna happen. You buy it, you show up to everything, you learn all this stuff, and then you do nothing about it, nothing happens. You know, in like phase 1, for example, I was actually going through the course just like the other day, and I was talking about it, like, he's got a lot of action steps. Do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. And then we're talking about customer support, and we had people who were like, oh, I'm finished with module 1. And we're like, and we're like, okay, that's great. What did you do? And they're like, well, I'm waiting for module 2. And I'm like, well, why don't you go back and do module 1? And we're like, you know, they just kind of sit there. You know?
They went through the training,
Yep.
okay? They went through the training, and what Jimmy's trying to say is, and then they come and say, well, we want module 2. And we said, well, module 2 is next week. We want the training to be week by week on purpose. Guys, again, 100,000 students later, give me some credit. I got some experience in teaching people. So go with what I'm telling you. You know, Bob Proctor, again, I love my phrases from him, one of my mentors, said that one of the greatest mistakes people make is when they get a coach or a trainer, they try to teach that coach how to train them. What the heck is the point of getting a coach? I've got 100,000 students under my belt. I know what I'm doing. I've got great success stories. Let me teach you. So we teach you week by week. Well, we get students that come to us and say, well, I want next week's training. Why can't I have it? Well, great. Can I see your opt-in page? Can I see what niche you're in? Well, I didn't do that yet. I just want to see the next week's training. Well, why don't you take action first? That's why we do it week by week, right? So once they take action, the next week, the things that they learn will make more sense.
Absolutely.
Right? So okay, second obstacle is be yourself. I see that all the time. I mean, I am sometimes.
And then there's always your friends and family. I remember when I first started, I was like, hey, I'm going to give up my high position, six-figure, multi-six-figure paying job. I'm going to quit. And they're like, what? You know, like, think about that statement, right? It takes a lot of someone to do it. I was younger, and I'm a gambler, right? And at the end of the day, I'm a gambler. I'm willing to take that risk. Some people need a little bit more push than that. But I can tell you that if you believe in yourself and you trust that you're built for bigger things in this life, working for somebody is not something that's going to make you a bigger person in life.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship, being somebody who can kind of grow into that next level, teach people. I mean, I have students under my belt just like Anik does, and it's really fun. It's really fun to see people grow under you.
Yeah.
And to mentor them and teach them and kind of like see people butt up and like become bigger things. You know, I've got people that make millions of dollars under me that I've taught. I mean, and it's really fun. It's really fun to see that happen because you're proud of them. I'm never jealous of them. I'm always super proud of them, and I hope they go on to do better than me so they can teach me one day.
Yeah. Well, that's the greatest testament to a teacher, right?
Yeah,
when they can start
absolutely.
learning from their own students, and that's incredible. By the way, when it comes to email marketing, the person I learn from now a lot of the times is Jimmy. When it comes to technical things, right? Things that I don't want to talk about right now because you don't need to know. That's the beauty of having SendLane, because you don't have to know those things. You can actually just, well, you don't have to know them. They're all done for you in the back end. When I didn't have SendLane until now, I had to learn all these things piece by piece. And there's a lot of technical stuff when you get to big numbers like 200,000, 250,000. Those numbers, you have to start really learning how to deliver email. But not you, because again, like I said, we're ahead of you, so we keep fixing all the problems and making it easier. And then I get a little jealous though, because I'm like, wow, I wish I had that. But in the end, I'm happy to be the person that's helping provide and bring it to you. So that's really killer. Jimmy. Talk a little bit now about your growth in business. What have been some of the key parts? You've had such ridiculous growth. I mean, you had first year you made, I don't know, maybe $40, $50, $60, $70,000. Next year you made $250,000. Year after that you made $1 million. Those are like big jumps. What has contributed to those jumps?
You know, there's no secret. That's the fun part about it. I mean, people go, what's the loophole? What's the catch? What's the secret to doing this, right?
There's a
Guys,
button.
There's no button. It was
Yeah.
rinse and repeat. I took a strategy and a way to do something, and I just rinsed and repeat. Basically, I take step 1, kind of do it, step 2, do it, follow the steps that I have set up, and then once it works, I do it again, over and over again, and it just kind of grows and snowballs. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. I'm in multiple niches. I do multiple different things.
So it's kind of like just a system
circle.
or a circle?
Yes, it's just like a circle.
Could it possibly be the circle of profit by any chance? Well, you know what? We've had students on here. We've had success stories. We've had everybody. We've had people that have come on, and they've always, one of the recurring themes has been step by step.
Yep, absolutely.
Step by step, just do the steps, do the system, follow the system. And I gotta tell you guys, one of the things that I find the hardest to convince people to do is follow the system. I mean, people get excited. I want to do this. I want to do that. Okay, guy, yeah, I'm on it. I'm in. I'm gonna learn from you. I'm gonna do this. And I'm like, okay, great, go do this. And they're like, what if I did this? And I'm like, do this. okay, I hear you, but what if I did this? And I'm like, you're driving me nuts, you know? Like,
Yeah,
just do
absolutely.
what the system says. And that's all I want you to do. That's why I told you. There's the good side and the bad side. The good side of that is you can come at this without having to have had thought a lot about what the system is and what you're doing. The bad side is, you know, sometimes it kind of is like rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, and you're like, man, give me something new, you know? And when it's time for something new, when your business has grown to that level, I will give you something new. But for now, I don't want you to do that. I want you to just follow the system, follow the steps, like you said, and rinse and repeat. Jimmy, one final question, more of a favor. We've got people listening today, right now, to this live cast. This is our final training workshop. We're 15 minutes away from closing up, and we've still got people that just aren't making the decision to change their life. It's in their hands. It's right in front of them. But something's scaring them, right? So before you leave, I was hoping you could give, like, look into that camera, talk to the audience, and words of wisdom. And by the way, these words aren't meant to convince you to buy. They're not meant to convince you. Like, it's not a sales pitch, right? I'm asking Jimmy to give you words here that'll help you make your decision and help you. So when you wake up tomorrow morning, you're a different person. That's all I'm looking to get out of this. All right, so Jimmy, tell them something.
Well, I guess I'll start with the reoccurring theme. I think every student has come on here and kind of said the same thing. They said, take action. You know, like, but what does that mean? Like, what does take action really mean? I know it means the physical idea of doing something, right? I mean, that's one thing. But, you know, we always talk about this. Anik always repeats this. I'm a very big believer of it. You know, that whole saying. I mean, I talked about this on the live cast. You know, you teach a man to fish. I mean, wait. You give a man a fish, they eat for a day. You teach a man a fish, they eat for a lifetime. What Anik is giving you is an opportunity to learn, but he's doing it in such a progressive way where you're kind of getting the fishing rod with the hook on, everything done with the worm on it and everything. You just got to drop it in the line, drop it in the water, right?
Yep.
I mean, that's as easy it really gets. And now, can't say there was no work to be done. It's not a magical button. There is work to be done. You're going to have to invest time in it, but guess what? If you invest that time, you will see results. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. I look back, and again, this is something I talked about live cast. I went back in August of this year, and I was just like, you know, I've been doing it in a lot of these niches. Let me go into another brand new niche and just continue to prove to myself that I can continue to do it, right? So I went back, took my steps. I created my opt-in page. I created my thank you page. I went ahead and got some traffic, and I started building this list, and I was in the personal development list, right? And when I started building this list, I went and I invested a little bit of money, and voila, right now, where are we, like in March now, right?
Yeah.
So we're in March, right? I started from August to March, and I just added another $20,000 to $25,000 a month in my income stream. Why? Because I did it. Now, here's the cool thing, right? Because I knew how to do it so fast, and because I have all the automation tools in my business as well, because I am owner and CEO of SendLane, right? Co-founder. So because I have all that, it was really easy. It took me like 20 minutes to set up, and then like daily maybe spend 15, 20 minutes working that setup, and I've added $20,000 to $25,000 to my income. But that doesn't come overnight. Before anyone thinks that, it doesn't come overnight. It's only because I've been doing since 2009 now, and I can do that. I can continue to rinse and repeat and rinse and repeat. That's my growth structure. My growth structure is I'm not going to go doing something crazy. I'm not going to go do something that won't, you know, like I'm uncertain of. Why just take something that works and just continue to make money off of it? So with that being said, guys, if you're on the cusp, there's two things about it. First of all, there's a 30-day guarantee, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's the best part. I love about that. I mean, there's a 30-day guarantee. You can go ahead and purchase it. You can start taking action. You can start seeing results. I mean, in phase one, if you can't see results, you're not doing something right. You just need to talk to the mentors and find out why it's not happening, right? Yep. Step two, obviously, is take action. I mean, it's like the theme of the day. This should have been called Take Action on the book. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Take action. If you just do it, if you just follow his course, the course works. Just take action. He's got proof. He's got people that can do it. I mean, people who are standing by to help you. He's giving you all the tools. I mean, I can't see how you can fail with this. You just got to do it, though. If you don't do it, no one can teach you. No one can, like, he's not going to come run around with a whip and hit you until you do the work. You can buy it. You just got to do it. And that's really what it comes down to, taking action. No matter what, you know, I can think of, that's the only thing that it really comes down to for me. Everything comes down to back to taking action, and that's been the reoccurring theme, and I can't see, there's no other word to it. I mean, all the information's there, everything's there. Just take action.
Just take action.
Yeah.
All right. Sir, thank you so much. Powerful words from Mr. Jimmy Kim. Thank you very much for coming, and I guess go back to building SendLane so that we can all abuse it and use it and make lots and lots of money from it. All right, guys, listen, here's the deal. We've got one more guest who's going to be coming on very, very soon, but I got to talk to you. GoProfitNow.com. If you've not made that decision yet, I want to know why. Why have you not made the decision to go to GoProfitNow.com? Now, my support team is messaging me here, and they're messaging me on that. I have a big white live TV screen in front of me and right behind the cameras, and they're saying, Anik, people are asking for the 10-minute round again. People are saying, can we still get that call with Anik because we, well, hadn't decided yet. And now we're deciding and we're ready and we want to go, but there's that call with Anik. And I got to tell you guys, so my first answer to that is to say no. The reason is this, because we've got to build some discipline in this community. Right? If I'm going to be your coach, if I'm going to be your mentor, if I'm going to show you how to get there, you've got to learn that when I say something, that it's coming from a good place, and it's coming from a place of a lot of experience, and I'm doing it for a reason. So right now, what I want you to do is I want you to go to GoProfitNow.com. I'm going to make an announcement here in the next few minutes, and that announcement is going to be something you like. It's going to be something that will be in your favor. I promise you that. All right? GoProfitNow.com. I think you can see the URL right here. Yep, you see it. GoProfitNow.com. Go there. Go there immediately. Make that decision. This is the last Profit Workshop training, guys. This is, when are you going to make the decision if you've not already made it? What else is left to help you make the decision? You've seen the results. You've listened to the students. You've seen what we're offering. You've seen how likely it is for you to be able to do it. Everything is in front of you, and I've got one more live student who's coming in who you're going to love hearing from because he's taken our training and used it in ways you can't even imagine. Okay? So here's what we're going to do, and this is a cue for my production team in the back. This is the last time I'm going to do this, so you guys could get it ready. Basically, we're going to take a 10-second countdown, and we are going to bring on the next guest. He's one of our best case studies. He's one of our best students because he's taken he's been in business for years. And when he's taken what we taught him and he's applied it across the board. Now, when I start my interview with him, I'm going to start another 10-minute countdown. And this is absolutely the final one. This is for those students who are right now reaching out to our support team and literally insisting over and over that I do this. I'll do this one last time, but that's it, one last time. This is our last Profit Workshop. And after this, I don't have the opportunity to even offer this to you. If you want to make a decision, you want to change your life, just like what Jimmy said, take action, take action, take action. You got to go to GoProfitNow.com and you've got to take action. All right? So give me 10 seconds. Let me get our next guest here, and then we've got a great interview coming up. Poof, like magic. We've got Mr. Tom Hitchens here. Tom, thank you so much for joining me here. And oh, there we go. You guys can finally see him. So Tom, thank you so much, man. I know that I'll give you a little funny story about Tom, guys. I called him up about a few days ago. He had no idea that I wanted him to be on this show, not a clue. And I was talking to him about something completely unrelated, and he happened to share his numbers with me. Sometimes, I'll tell you, one of my complaints with students is that when something is wrong or a student is unhappy with us, which happens, we're not perfect, and sometimes that's not our fault. But whatever the case, when there's a complaint, students are all over us, right? They're always telling us what's wrong and this and that. We get hit with all that negativity. But the ones that are quiet are usually off in the corner somewhere building their business, using what we teach them and making tons of money. But then sometimes they forget to come back and tell us. And I get so busy doing whatever I'm doing in my business that I forget to run and ask, right? So I was on the phone with Tom. We were talking, having a powwow, and Tom said, Anik, everything you've taught me has completely changed my life. And I said, what? What do you mean? I said, oh, well, thank you. He says, no, seriously, it's just changed my business. It's changed my existing business. And he goes, I did some math, and I discovered that I'm making over $36,000 a month more now after having been through your program. And I thought, really? Sometimes we get surprised. I'm like, oh, because I get that excited when I hear about it.
And you're blaming
right?
it on me because I didn't call and tell you I
yeah.
was doing all this,
And
right?
so exactly. So I want every one of my students to always call me and tell me what they're doing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Really.
I
So
appreciate
after
it. Thank you.
yeah. Well,
For
no,
everything.
most welcome. But when you told me that, that's when I called him and I said, you gotta be here to talk to these students because this is our last show. You're our last guest.
Saving the best for last.
Saving
what
the
can
best,
I tell you?
saving
Absolutely.
the best for last.
It's an honor
But,
to be with you, I got to tell you.
Thank you, congratulations, and I'm going to turn right over to the question. And tell us a little bit about your background, because one of the things I tell everybody is that some people think that they've got to be from a certain background.
Yeah.
Right? We've got young people, we've got older people, we've got people with business background, people with no business background. I want them to see that no matter what walk of life you come from, that this program can work. So Tom, tell us about your background.
Well, I basically come from a sales background, sales and marketing background. I've been selling all my life. I've been very good at it. I'm natural. I feel like it's home for me. You know, when I'm making a presentation to someone, I just feel the best. Everything that I've learned about marketing dates back to when I was a kid. I mean, I was sold candy in school. I sold products door to door. I've been in my own businesses all my life. I've been an entrepreneur all my life. I've made a lot of money on it. I've done very well for myself. But I didn't understand what you were teaching. That's the critical thing I need everyone to understand about me, is that it wasn't maybe less than a year ago that all I knew about online marketing was a website. Now here's a guy that consults. I'm a consultant for medical professionals. That was one of the last things I've done in my life. Is I charge people double digits to pay me to consult in their business, to show them how to bring more dollars to the bottom line, how to run things more efficiently, how to squeeze more profits out of their practices. And I'm getting paid to teach them how to do things on the cutting edge. And all I knew to do was to put up a website. In the 21st century. And when I started to realize what I was lacking, I was looking. And that's when I came across one of your products. I came across the Profit Academy. And the Profit Academy showed me a way to open my eyes to a world that I wasn't aware of. I knew that there's Google. I knew, you know, I use the internet. I've had a computer all my life. My major part of my career, I've always had a computer. I was buying IBM, or the early IBM computers back in the late 70s, early 80s.
Wow.
Yeah, the personal computers that they came out with. Yeah, I spent $13,000 for one of those.
I wasn't even alive back then.
Yeah, I know you were. Exactly. So what I'm saying is, I'm not afraid of the hardware and the software, but I didn't understand how to use it properly, and I'm charging people to develop a business that is relying on me for the cutting edge, and I wasn't giving it to them. I started researching. I came across your material, and I was happy I did, because I said to my wife one day, you know, Diane, I'm going to do this because this gentleman has shown me more in one video that I watched than I would probably have learned in the next year on my own, doing my own research.
Wow.
That was how much information you gave to me. You opened up my eyes to what was available. It was simply using the internet or using email to market to people. Now, I was already using funnels to a degree on it, because I understand the Ray Kroc principle. You know, you sell the hamburger and then you get them to buy the Coke and the apple pie and the fries to go with it. And I was doing that. But I wasn't doing it to the degree that you teach. I wasn't understanding exactly how to build the sales funnel as you have outlined it for me. And everyone that is watching this video, you just saw in the last couple hours how to do the sales funnel to its perfection, because it does work to its perfection. And I started to learn those techniques from you. And I've got to say, and I've said it publicly on stage for you at your events, and I'll say it here on camera, that you are absolutely my online mentor. Because, and I've said that to many people that have asked me, well, how did you learn how to do this? I said, well, I've learned the Onyx and Gold way. It is a step-by-step, yes, but what's more important about this step-by-step I've found is that you have to apply it to your own personal circumstance. Now, I had a business. You knew that. I had a consulting business you didn't know about. You knew that I generated it's a dry mouth product I make. I'm not going to mention that here. I'm not here to plug that. But that product was manufactured and sold on TV. It was sold on my website, but I did not have sales funnels. I was not doing email follow-up. I was not offering upsells in the conventional sense that you do in your sales funnel, and I was leaving all that money on the table. Now, when I started to go through your program, I started to look at how can this system work for me in my business, not just on the consulting side, but also on the physical product side. Because you don't have to do just digital products, you can do it with physical products too. I heard you say that just a little bit earlier.
Yeah, of course.
So I did that. I actually started looking at what I was doing wrong based on what you had taught me. And that is what has changed my life. I was about ready to retire. But I started recognizing what an idiot I had been, and I really feel that way. I feel like I was really being stupid about not marketing in a way that would get all the dollars out of my own business, let alone what I was telling my clients. So I went back to work, and I spent a lot of time researching what you were teaching, and I started to apply it. And it has literally changed the way I do business. And now I'm back in again. I feel like Michael Corleone. Just when I thought I was out, you pull me back in, right?
That's
so here
awesome.
I am doing it all over again.
That's an incredible, incredible story. And so again, taking action, that's the theory, that's the recurring theme of our entire training here. All right, well, here's the deal. We've got 10 minutes left. And so to my production crew in the back, I would say, let's throw up that 10-minute timer one more time if we can. It may take them a minute to do it, but let's throw that 10-minute timer up. It's there. Guys, at the end of that 10 minutes, I will be finishing up the final training workshop of the Profit Workshop. All right? It's a sad moment, I know. I'm sad to see it go as well. We've had a lot of good times together, but we can continue to have these good times. What you need to do is go to www.goprofitnow.com, and we're going to continue to learn. We'll spend weeks together. I'll see you in Las Vegas at our live event. I'll see you virtually on our workshops. I'll see you everywhere. And I'll train you and teach you, and you just take action. And everything you're seeing here from Tom can be very possible. You want that private call with me. You want me involved in your success in your business. You see that countdown. When that hits 0, that's officially over because I have to end the training workshop, which ends the whole Profit Workshop. Like 3 days left now until the entire Profit Academy program is closed to new students. It's our last opportunity right now. Tom, you and I have had a chance to work together more. You know, I've had a chance to have calls with you. We've had a chance to talk more. You know, all the successful students I like to do that with. Private call, is that something that's worth it? I mean, can that make a big impact on your business? Is that something worth making people taking action before we finish this training workshop?
Yeah, it focuses you.
Okay.
I had a call from you, and I had to basically pass your muster before you accepted me into the program. I appreciated that. I've hired people of varied backgrounds in my lifetime. And for me to have to prove to you that I was worthy of taking your time to work with me was important to me because I wanted to learn what you had to teach. So it got me to refocus on my business, my physical product businesses in particular, what I'm talking about. And you had some reservations, you told me at one time.
Yes, I did.
You thought that I might not be able to open up and listen to you and do what you were teaching.
Yep.
And that is a legitimate thing because there are people listening to us right now that are thinking, I'm going to do it my way. I just heard you a few minutes ago talking with Jimmy about how some people will go through Module 1 and then they start to wait for Module 2 before they do anything.
Yeah.
They're teaching you how to teach them.
Yes, that's exactly what.
That is not what I wanted to do, and I think you sort of thought I was going to do that because of my experience in my business.
Yes, yes, yes. So, and you didn't, by the way, for anyone
No,
wondering. He
no.
was one of the best students we've ever had. He really, really worked hard, so congratulations on that. But I think the results speak for themselves too, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that I probably told you to do that maybe didn't make all the sense in the world, but in the end, the system is a system. 100,000 students, 12 years, $100 million in product sales. I guess you learn a thing or two.
That's the
during
point.
that
That's what I
time.
listened to. I tapped
Yeah.
into that because I thought, you know, I could go about my business my way, but I don't know what you know.
Yeah.
Now, you don't know what I know either. There's things that I know that, you know,
Oh,
maybe.
absolutely.
We all have our own respective talents,
Yep.
but I wanted to learn what you were all about. I wanted to learn how to take the email that I was using every day and reach out to my client base in a way I'd never thought of before. So I shut up and I listened, I watched the material, I went through the lesson plan, and I started to apply exactly what you told me to do. I wasn't going to reinvent the wheel because it's not my wheel to reinvent.
Sure.
Please don't do that if you're listening to us. Don't think that you know what you're talking about when you look at this material. You're good at business, you're good at whatever you're good at, but listen to Onyx's system because that system is the proven system. I never made $1 million online. How am I to sit and analyze your system and say, well, it needs to be done this way? Unless you've done that, then you teach Onyx how to do it, but you can't. You can't bring that to the table. So I wanted to hear everything you had to say. I told you that on the phone call that you gave. You called me up and you said, are you going to be willing to open up and let your cup empty before I can pour anything in? That's what you said to me.
Yeah.
And I said, yes, I am. And I was prepared mentally for that.
Good, good.
So I did it.
like I say to everybody, I'm incredibly transparent, guys. I say it like it is. You know, if I had a concern, I said it.
That's right.
Because in the end, if I'm going to act as a coach and if I'm going to be the person responsible for helping lead you to success, I've kind of put it all out there. I can't, you know, not say half of it. But by the way, 5.5 minutes left, and this entire session will come to a close. Tom, you've had great success. You've used the Profit Academy training in many, many different ways. You've done digital products. You've helped improve your physical products with it. You've had the good days, the bad days. You've been through the system. You've worked through it. Just so everybody knows as well, Tom is one of our key profit mentors as well inside the Profit Academy system. So I want to thank you for that too.
I'm honored to be that way.
No,
I really
thank you,
am.
really, because it means a lot more when we get our students to come back and they give back and they pay it forward to the other students. That's why I'm telling you guys, this is a very well thought out community. This isn't something I threw together in the span of a couple of days. All right, it's been 18 months in the planning, 10 months in the beta testing, and then months and months into just getting the team together for it. And that's why you have to go to goprofitnow.com and make that decision, because we are closing doors. We're closing doors very, 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 very soon, and then we won't be open, and then you won't be able to join. You've got exactly 4.5 minutes to make that decision. Tom, one last question for you, and I'll let you go, and I know I'll let you get back to your home, to your wife, and to everything you're doing in your business. Everyone watching right now, this is our last opportunity. After this, we have to start the next class. We're going to close up. Some of them are thinking about it. Some of them have questions still. And we got a lot of people that say, can I really do this? Can I really do it? What would you say to them?
Well, I would say, look at me. I have not made $1 million online yet. I can't sit here with the likes of you and Jimmy and the others that you've interviewed that have made millions of dollars online. I don't have that kind of track record. I've made money elsewhere in business, but not online. But I'm on my way. Because what you said earlier, the $36,000 a month, you know, I didn't even know that I was making that much extra because I was busy doing. I wasn't counting my shekels. I was out working my business. I was building my lead base. I'm reworking my existing customer base. I still haven't sent a lot of traffic to some of the websites that I've built from the things that you've taught me to do, because I was more focused on making sure that I had a system in place that would work for me. Everyone is going to do this business differently, Anik. They're going to take that material. Some are going to run a physical product business. Some are going to run a digital product business. Some have never been in business for themselves. I would say you have to look at your own approach to the business and the material that Anik is showing you. Do you want to run a business that you already have better? That was what I was looking to do. Do you have a physical product business? Do you have a digital product business? Are you looking to get into business for yourself for the first time? Take a good look at who you are, decide for yourself what you want to do, and then follow his system. It will work for you. I'm not a millionaire yet online, but I plan to be, not because I'm trying to be a millionaire, but because I'm simply implementing the system that Anik is sharing with you here now. And Anik, I got to tell you, I've watched the bonuses you're putting up on the screen. Why didn't you have that when I got into the program? Okay,
I was waiting for this.
Come on, man. You know, I got started with a number of other people in the system with a lot less bonuses than you're offering this
With
time.
a lot less everything.
Yeah, if you're
Well,
not
we
taking
learned.
advantage of it, they're knuckleheads. That's all I can say.
These guys
Get
were
on board.
They were our guinea pigs. We were learning on what was needed, and then we put it out
Now
there
I
in the
know my
system.
position in life. I'm the guinea.
Tom, great wise words. I hope every one of you took notes. You've got 2 minutes left. Time to make that decision. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks
Thank
for
you
asking
so much
me.
for coming out
My
here.
pleasure.
I appreciate it. Congratulations on all the success. Hope to
Thank
have
you.
you back here next year, and you've made that million. And
You can
shadowed
count on it.
past
I'll be here.
Awesome.
Thanks.
All right. Listen, everybody. This is it. This is the moment of truth. We've got less than 2 minutes, and guess what? I know it's a sad moment, but the training workshop number 3 will be done. All right, goprofitnow.com. You need to go there right now and make a decision. Load that page before this counter goes down, because after this, I'm not around to offer this to you anymore. I'm not around to actually make this offer. This is the last moment you have the opportunity to do this. So come on, let's go do it. Are you ready to change your life? Are you serious? Do you want to change your life? That's the question, okay? And only you've got the answer. I don't have the answer to that. Right now, goprofitnow.com, that's where the solution rests. That's the best thing I know. I've spent months putting it all together. I've spent 12 years, crammed it into 90 days of training. The success we've gotten from it, you've seen, you've heard live, you know it exists, you know it's possible, you know you can do it. It's between you and taking action. Less than a minute left. Make that decision. What's holding you back? Yesterday you didn't make the decision. The day before you didn't make the decision. Every day you've had questions. Every day you've had doubts. Today, let's make it different. Let's make a decision, because it's the decision that leads to action. It's the action that leads to results. But you start with a decision. Let's do that today, together, you and I. And let's get on that journey together, you and I, and the entire team at Profit Academy. All right? So go to goprofitnow.com. Make that decision. 20 seconds left. Let's go there. Let's do it. All right? Now, I usually have a Q&A session after this. What I've decided to do today is there is no way, with the thousands and thousands of people that are listening right now, there is no way I could possibly ever do the Q&A session and get all your questions answered. So write this email address down. Right now, if you can write it down, write it as this countdown ends, and we've officially ended. That is, by the way, the end of the opportunity to get your private call with me. If you've already loaded goprofitnow.com and you fill in that order form, you loaded it before the countdown hits 0, you can still get it, but if it's beyond that, it is officially expired. All right, but if you have a question for us and we can help you make that decision, that's what we're here for. Go to goprofitnow.com. There's a little live chat bouncy button over there. Click that. Ask your question. Our agents are super slammed. Everyone's very, very busy. We don't have unlimited agents, so you may have to wait a couple minutes, but it's a couple minutes very well worth the wait. GoProfitNow.com, click the live chat button. If you still have a question, I want to be able to answer your question more personally. I want my team to be able to work with you more personally. Here, when I'm on live, I can only answer 5, 6, 7 questions. I don't get to everybody's. But if you've got a personal question, we still have a few days here. We can help you reach that decision. We can help you determine if this is truly the place for you, the source for you to build your next life. Go and submit an email to us at support, S-U-P-P-O-R-T, at vssmind.com. That's V as in very, V, S, S, mind, M-I-N-D, D for dog, so mind. Support at vssmind.com. Go there right now, submit an email to us, okay? Go to GoProfit Now if you're ready to make a decision. If you're ready to change your life, go right now to goprofitnow.com. If you have a question, submit it to us at support at vssmind.com. And instead of doing a Q&A session on this exact show where I can only handle 5, 6, 7 questions, I'd rather answer your specific question. You have the option of doing live chat with us at goprofitnow.com or submitting an email to us at support at vssmind.com. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great honor and great pleasure, just a great feeling, if nothing else, that I bring this training to a close. It's been an honor working with you. It's been a lot of fun. I've had a blast. I hope to do this again in the future. I know it won't be anytime super soon. We've got a lot of students to work with, and we're excited. Join Profit Academy if you liked what you saw so far. Get a chance to work with us even more. Join us on our live Google Hangouts, our virtual workshops, our training, our week-by-week training. Come see us in Las Vegas. Be a part of our family. Be a part of the team that we've got here to help you become successful, to build the next success level for you, to join you on that journey so that you're not alone. There's not just us, not just the team. There's the entire community waiting for you. Go to goprofitnow.com. Make that decision. I'll see you guys inside. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for participating in the Profit Workshop. I'll see you soon.